Final prototype.
Unstable tectonic constellation and strong seismic impulses from an ancient burial site. Dark presence expected.
Soldner X2. Final prototype. (3104 AD). The virus wars had ended. After the Soldner X prototype returned to Earth, peace was restored to the galaxy for a while. But rebuilding civilization took its toll. Splinter factions formed, opposing the planetary union. The most dangerous of these were the Dark, a technologically superior race determined to take advantage of the situation by conquering defenseless systems. Knowing that the regular Earth Defense Force stood no chance against the new enemy, an enhanced generation of starfighters was built in Gotha 4. Leading scientists scientists had successfully analyzed the life form found on the original Soldner X hull and used their insight to design new weapon systems. 3120 AD. It came to our knowledge that parts of the Consata technology had been secretly stolen by the Dark. The galaxy continued the downward spiral into chaos. More and more corrupted systems declared war on the Union. 3123 AD. The President of the Planetary Union proclaimed a new decree, giving the EDF full authority to free the galaxy of the new threat. (3124 AD). The newly formed Soldner X Defense Force was called on to launch a liberation attack on the rebellious systems, to free them from Dark rule and destroy the Dark's leaders. 20 years after the Virus Wars, a new conflict is nearing its climax. The Soldner X legend rises once again. Soldner X2, final prototype.
Welcome, pilot. This is ground control speaking. Deep within this system, colonies have activated their distress signals. No contact has been established since. Get ready for action. Take down this class of enemy with more firepower.
Soldner X2, final prototype.
Hi. How's it going, everybody?
No giant zoomed in face this week.
No, not this time. Not this time.
Maybe we should do that more often, though. You know?
I don't want to say there we are. I just wanted to make it seem like I knew it was happening the whole time. I don't know if anybody could see. My kids got me this dad tax T-shirt.
Oh,
you know the dad tax, right? You always got.
I mean, no. I don't. I do not know the dad tax. What? Okay, I see. Oh,
you always get a bite of like the kids' food or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
But what I think is funny is this one. I had never seen this before. Is that below it says, "Making sure it's not poison." It's like let me just have a taste. Make sure it's not poison.
Yeah.
I'd never heard that aspect of it before. And
dad tax.
The dad tax, you always got to have like a couple of French fries or
but that's just because they're not eating it all. That's not because you're like demanding it, right?
No, usually that means like I get either the first bite or like while they're eating it. Now it has nothing to do with there being leftovers because you get that anyways.
Oh, okay.
The dad tax is like something you take before you get like the full payment, I guess, or the leftover payment.
I see.
But I never heard anybody say, I need to make sure it's not poison, which is also a good justification if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean you're the royal food tester for the family.
Yes. All right. So when Tri asked me today and said, like, you have any ideas for tonight? It was when I was working with my PS TV, just kind of organizing stuff, because I spent a great deal of time over the last week updating my backloggery page, which is something that had fallen into disarray over the course of, I don't know, maybe like 2.5 years or so.
Oh, I think it might have been longer than that.
Maybe. But I got it all caught up, and the last thing I had to do, I guess I still have some left to do. I have to actually go through like what I have on Steam.
Okay.
And like what I have on my MetaQuest.
But keep it up to date as you get new stuff now.
Oh yeah. I won't let this happen again. It was too much. But one of the last things I was doing was organizing my PS TV, just kind of making sure like, what's the stuff that I bought here? Because like as you hack systems, you tend to load it up with maybe more stuff than you would normally have.
And maybe you had forgotten what you had bought and what you hadn't.
Oh, I actually like did not forget, which was kind of nice. And usually I do a pretty good job of like sorting it out, like splitting it out. As you see, we'll go into the menus here, and I guess I could just switch over and show everybody.
Yeah,
I like to keep it separate.
I can't see the menus.
So I have like all my PlayStation Vita stuff here. and this is all stuff I bought digitally or cartridge dumps, because my system is hacked. These are all PSP games that I've bought digitally. And these are all PS1 games that I've bought digitally.
And so all those are ones you've bought digitally.
Yeah.
I remember there was discussion on the Discord about there's a way to make it so that you don't have to go into Adrenaline to launch.
Right. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. I should probably get into it. But
because that would make me use the PSTV a whole lot more.
Yep. Exactly. But then here I have all the stuff that I've just added to it, like via hack, and I put a little asterisk here, just so that I know, like, hey, this is stuff separate from like what I bought.
I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think PSTV or PS Vita, the Vita platform in general, is like the only platform where like hacking it is basically a necessity.
Yes,
especially because Sony's memory cards are so prone to failure. Yeah. They cannot be trusted at all. This platform is basically useless if you do not hack your system so that you can use either micro SD cards with an adapter, or on the PSTV you can use USB storage. Without that, I wouldn't trust playing anything.
Exactly.
On this.
Exactly.
But I wouldn't trust it because I remember when I was going to shoot B-roll of playing Severed for the games we played, whatever year it was that I played through that. My memory card was
toast,
freaking out on me, and I wasn't able to use my save to shoot video. So like, this is like, late in the evening, the day before we're putting this video up, and as much as I love that game, I was still frustrated that it's like I can't just load my saves and get some quick mid-game footage rather than I have to start the game from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
It's just a very unreliable platform.
Exactly. And it's fairly easy to hack. I think that it was decently easy, but time consuming when we hacked it, or at least when I hacked it. But now I think that it's all possible to just go to a web page and it does it all for you. But I'm not sure.
Let's see, Kendrick say excited for the new Luminous, and yeah, that was a really cool reveal on the State of Play, wasn't it? That was how they started it, which was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've never played that. I've never spent that much time with Luminous, and I feel like Tetris effectifying it is like exactly the way to get me to like really get into it and kind of figure it out.
Yeah, it was close to that before, but it was, I don't know, like they really Tetris effect, even like visually, they took
brought
everything
it more in line with like the particle effects and the neon and the spectacle of Tetris effect. I'd say.
Right. So I'm kind of just going in, not really knowing what I'm going to play. I was going to start with a Soldner X2.
Yeah, just do it.
It's a good
we'll
game to start with.
So there was a super chat from Dad1153. Thanks as always. Happy Father's Day to Dad1153. Assuming the username is indeed truthful as to your identity. Saying PSP/Vita launch memories from 20/13 years ago. Wow, with a red sweating face about how long ago that was.
Yeah. It's funny because did it come out? It came out between the PS3 and the PS4, right? Or was it?
Yeah, it's weird. It's in some ways it's weird to think about the Vita overlapping PS3, but there were a lot of like cross-platform PS3 Vita games, like I never remember the name of the Ratchet and Clank tower defense game.
Oh, Full Frontal Assault.
Full Frontal Assault. I never remember that one. Yeah, that was there was a handful of those.
Yeah, well, I
Like,
have
I
a number of them
definitely
on here that I got. You know, like I have PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale on here because you know, cross-buy.
Welcome, pilot. This is ground control speaking.
Uh,
Within this system, colonies have activated
yeah,
their distress signal.
I definitely associate the
Get ready for action.
the PS Vita like is more like kind of running concurrent with the PS4, but there was definitely stuff going on with it in PS3. I just, off the top of my head, I can't quite remember how many overlapping years there were between those. Yeah, PSP. I did not intend to get a PSP at launch, and I didn't get one at launch, but I bought one within the first month. You know, mostly because, you know, our friend Xavier talked me into it, and you know, I just walked into Walmart. I honestly wasn't sure if they would, you know, is a relatively new system. I wasn't sure if they would just have it, but they did, and I bought Luminous and Ridge Racer. And I didn't.
Well,
I
Uncharted was a. Are you talking? Oh, you talking
I'm talking PSP.
PSP? Okay.
PSP.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
20
20 years ago was PSP, right? Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, wait a second. Did I get? Yeah, I got. When did I get Hot Shots Golf? I wonder then, because that was my favorite game, like back then at least.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember exactly when I got, but yeah, like Hot Shots Golf Open T was really, really good.
Yeah.
I played that. That's probably, like, in my original stint with the PSP, that's probably the game I played the most. But I kind of started falling out with the system because I felt like it was trying too hard to be this, like, consoleized experience, and it just didn't have, like, the controls to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were trying too hard to,
The
nub, and, like, you know, they were trying to do too many complicated things with, like, you know, Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops was like the final straw for me at first, because like that game had like so many different control schemes. Like, if I recall, like I think some of them, like, you use like the D-pad for the camera, but then you need to do all these other, like, there were just too darn many functions for the controls available to you, and I'm like, this is no fun. Like, they're trying way too hard to, like, make this a PS2, PS3 tier game experience, and they're not tailoring it to the portable format, which is what I felt, you know, Nintendo did really well with their systems at the time, you know, their handheld system. And I just thought it just wasn't working out. And so I actually, just, after Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, and I just kind of had a falling out with them. Like, this thing is just annoying the heck out of me. I think the other aspect of it was I recently got Valkyrie Profile Lenneth.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give that game another try someday, but like at the time, like I didn't understand it. And it's like an extremely depressing game. Like, I think you have to like know what you're in for in terms of like the game's tone, and also like understand how to play it, because the game does not explain itself very well at all. And so like I was just like not in the mood for that, and like it was just like disappointment after disappointment after disappointment in those like early PSP. And so I sold it, and it was, you know, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years later, like I don't know exactly when it would have been, that you know, one of our friends from the Backwalgery sent me a very generous package with a new PSP 3000 and several games. It was like a lot of stuff. I mean, these were all still available new, so some of them I know are expensive now, like Trails in the Sky. But,
right.
That Ease 3, Ease 7, Persona 3 Portable. Some really, really great stuff. And I started understanding over the years, like, okay, like PSP is coming into its own, like it's figuring out like what it's good. And I think it took a while to like kind of settle into these RPGs and more manageable action games.
Right.
For that portable format. Hotshots and Ridge Racer and Luminous, those were perfect for the system, but I feel like I got into this phase where it was just like, at least that was my perception, where I was just trying to be too console-like and it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was your early PSP?
I bought the PSP like really far after because it came out during the time I was like not into games.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't end up getting one until I wish I knew exactly what year. I want to say it was probably like 2000. It was after I got a PS3. So, I mean, it was probably like 2009 or so.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like really starting to get back in the game. So I was like, oh, I haven't even seen anything about this. And I saw that there was like some RPGs on there. But what really sold me was Mega Man Powered Up and Maverick Hunter X. That's the game that like those are the games that I really wanted.
I love Power Up, and I think Maverick Hunter X is pretty solid too.
Yeah,
I think it's a bit underrated.
Yeah, Maverick Hunter X has some of the funniest voice acting.
Oh, absolutely.
He just like X like screams every line.
Yeah, he's just like so dramatic about every single fight.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn up the volume for the second level because I feel like the music on here is it's darn close to an all-timer.
Ooh. But yeah, for Vita, but yeah. So like, I love PSP now. Like, I actually like the PSP a whole lot more than the Vita. Like, I feel like the PSP's library has just aged really well, especially with like video output options or playing them on the PS TV or even play them on the Vita. Like, I don't know. I just think the PSP's library has aged better than the Vita's library.
Yeah.
So I love the PSP.
Yeah, really, it's funny because I was looking at the Vita.
I didn't at first.
I was looking at the games I have on here and just like looking at stuff that like maybe I should have just on hand. And I mean, like, it doesn't really suit me too much. Like, there's a few great games on here, but I think that I don't know. There's a lot about it that kind of sucks. I know, and it hurts to kind of say that because there's some really great stuff on here.
Yeah.
But
Vita, you're talking specifically. Not
yes,
PSP.
I think PSP is like excellent. Just the amount of good stuff on there is pretty insane.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
as much as it hurts to say it, like Vita, it's like a solid 5 of a system.
And there's so many better ways to play most of the games for it, but not all of them. It's got some good exclusives or good games that were exclusive for a long time at least. But so back to the question. I'm sorry this one question's taking so long, but there's so much talk about launch of PSP, I guess. But Vita, I guess the launch was less.
And I turned off the I just wanted to hear the music, so I turned off the sound effects. It's a great song.
But the Vita launch, I wouldn't say like I have a lot of like terribly meaningful memories surrounding that. I got Uncharted and Hot Shots, which Hot Shots is like nowhere near as good as the PSP. Or there's 2 on PSP. I have the second one, but I only got it pretty recently. I've never tried it. I imagine the second one's probably at least as good or better than the first, but the Vita one is not as good as what's on PSP, honestly. But it's good. Uncharted though, I think Golden Abyss is rather underrated personally.
I thought it was excellent.
Yeah. I think a lot of people.
I mean, I like the.
I think it's. Well,
I
like it more.
I feel like I need to go back and replay because I
think you would maybe have
more. I don't know. I just like it wasn't quite as action packed as the.
Right. I mean, it strikes a different tone
because it's it's post The Last of Us.
Right. It's a little more serious and doesn't like kind of dive into like the fantastical elements quite as much. Like right. There's really no like Indiana Jones-esque kind of mysterious thing happening at the end. It's like it pretty much just is what it is. There's not really anything left to interpretation. But I think you would like 4 on a replay. I mean, I've only played it once myself, but it may have a better impression.
Yeah, maybe I'll play that. Yes.
But no, what I would say is I think Golden Abyss is absolutely better than Uncharted 4.
Yeah.
And maybe tied with Uncharted 1. Like I think it's really good actually.
Yeah, I agree.
And it was the first game I ever played. I don't know if it was necessarily the game to really invent this. I mean, there could have been something on the Wii, but it was the first game that had like both right stick aiming and gyro controls at the same time, which is, exactly what I'm doing in Cyberpunk 2077 right now. Like that's that is a control scheme that I live for, and it's criminal to me that not every game developer played Uncharted Golden Abyss and were like, we have to have this in our game. Because every shooter that doesn't have that is at least slightly worse. At least on consoles or handhelds. But anyway,
what did I? So the Vita launch, I got Hot Shots Golf and Golden Abyss. I think
same. That was
although there was
the
Super Stardust. Was out then too. I got Super Stardust.
The launch of Vita and 3DS were pretty close together, weren't they? Honestly, they were pretty.
Yeah,
close.
I don't know. Like it probably, but it just feels like it's very hard to quantify that period of time.
Yeah.
In life. Like.
Bit Roast is saying Corey's a bit quiet compared to the game and me.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I did think you sounded maybe
better.
A little.
Sorry.
Yeah, I thought you sounded a little quiet, but I wasn't sure if it was just from.
It should be better now, I think.
Okay. But anyway, yeah. That's about my memories of the Vita launch. So.
Yeah.
But I liked the Vita. I traveled with it a fair bit. I played. I played maybe most of Persona 4 Golden on like a big road trip out west.
Okay, yeah, I could see that.
It's
just it's an interesting perspective because now we're just. Unfortunately, portable systems are like not exactly that portable.
Yeah.
And it makes you miss the convenient sizing of the 3DS and DS just in general.
Yeah.
You just, fold them up and throw them in your pocket. And it
I mean, wouldn't
work.
it be neat? Wouldn't it be neat if someone made a portable system that was like literally not capable of anything other than, it just had the hardware for like sprite-based games.
Well,
it
isn't
had
that like the what's that one with the crank?
Yeah. The play date.
Yeah.
Something like that. But like, and I guess the Evercade maybe is kind of like that, where it's only really capable of like simpler games running on it natively, or kind of, I guess, up to PS1 tier emulation.
Yeah.
But I've never liked really the feel of any of their handheld things that I've tried that much. But I do like the VS system.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
It's still kind of big.
Yeah,
I miss the size of the DS and 3DS.
Yeah. I mean, I think the reality though of the way that games are made today, like if you tasked a developer with making a game for a system that's as powerful as the 3DS, I think they would like basically not even know where to start, because games are just made with different tools these days and different effects and stuff like that. Like I think, in a lot of ways you had like games that would run a lot smoother on weaker hardware, and then you have like the Switch where there's a lot of really great games on Switch that that utilize this capabilities very well. But when developers try to squeeze like the bigger games onto Switch, Switch One, they there's a lot of compromises, and it just seems like it's because it's because the game is built around these certain technical features that just didn't exist for 3DS. It just wasn't a thing. But now, like they're expected to like make the same kinds of games that they were making on PS4 and stuff on Switch, and it, I think everyone's very interested in how Star Wars Outlaws is going to turn out on the Switch 2, because that's an example of a game that like it requires ray tracing. Like there is no like non-ray traced mode.
Really?
Yeah. So unless they like completely re-engineer like how the lighting in the game is done, like they have to have ray tracing on the Switch 2 version. And that's probably not going to work out very well.
Yeah, at that point, like why even bother?
Exactly. So I mean, it'll be interesting though to see what happens. But that's what I'm saying is like if Star Wars Outlaws had been architected to run on Switch 1 or Switch 2 class hardware, then it would probably be totally fine. But like games are just made different. They're made with different tools these days that may not work as well like on a less capable machine.
Right.
So I think that's, you kind of run to these challenges, even though the handhelds are so big, you still run to these challenges that are different from when, most of the best games on the handheld systems were made just for that system.
Yeah.
And based around its capabilities.
Yeah. So I mean, like, while I do, like, I miss that, like, I'm happy, like, I don't know, that's not something I would consider myself thinking, like, not even, like, 3 years ago. Like, oh, I didn't miss them. But now I feel as though, like, now that it's becoming, like, the norm, now the norm is to be these big consoleized handhelds. It makes you appreciate, just like when Nintendo was like, we're gonna get quirky with some stuff. Just to, I don't know, try to convince developers to do something different.
As I see Sneak Peeper saying Switch 2 has hardware RT, and yes, it does, but that doesn't mean like flip RT on and it doesn't impact how how much resources the system has. Like that, RT is going to be a very heavy feature to use on the Switch 2. So it's good that it's capable of it, but I don't think a lot of games are really going to use it in a meaningful way. And if they do, like, they're going to be reining in the scope in a lot of other ways, because that feature is going to really be a strain on its resources. So, you know, that's why it is possible for Star Wars Outlaws to run on it. But if it runs well, it's going to be very interesting to find out how they did it.
Yeah.
So, I'm not prejudging it. I would love to be surprised by how it is. I tried the demo and wasn't really feeling it. I've tried the demo on PS4, but so I don't think I'm terribly interested in it to play. But I'll be interested in how the the port turns out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I apologize. Asking us about Vita, PSP and Vita launch memories, like, since down a further rabbit hole than was necessary, and I got to catch up on super chats. There was, I apologize, this was 21 minutes ago. There was Captain Samir with a $20 super
Holy
chat.
cow.
Thank you so much. Saying, you're welcome.
Well, thank you.
I don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Sorry it took
Much appreciated.
21 minutes to say thank you.
Lining up and attacking from both
And
sides.
there was also a super chat from Potbelly Punch. Thank you. Saying, do you prefer PSP 1000, 2000, 3000, and Vita 1 or 2?
So, I had a 2000 most of the time, but my 2000 disk drive no longer works. I like the more solid feeling of the 1000. If I could have the 1000 with the 3000 screen, I think I'd probably be happy. But I don't know if I could like pick one specifically. Like they all have their strengths.
Yeah, well, you know, when we did our ranking of design, you know, I think we both agree that the PSP 1000 is a masterpiece.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like just one of the coolest looking game systems of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's absolutely true. But
from a purely design standpoint, I used the 3000 the most because, like I said earlier, I was given a brand new 3000 later in the PSP's life, and I had sold my 1000 years before. So, while I do have a 1000 and a 2000 and a Go, you know, they're all used. Now the Go is in excellent condition. But like, you know, I am not the original owner of that 1000 and 2000, and you know, they aren't as in good a condition as my 3000, me being the original owner who, you know, takes good care of my stuff. Although there is like a little like speck of dust or something like under the screen on my 3000.
oh,
Yeah, I don't know if that could feasibly be fixed without just making it worse.
yeah. But
But anyway,
but in terms of Vita, you know, like
No life forms, only movement.
I want to say probably the 2000. I like the USB charging on the 2000. Although you know it's a little thinner. It's not quite as solid feeling as the OLED one, but I don't particularly think the OLED screen like looks that amazing on the 1000 anyway.
no,
I've never
No,
thought
I
like
mean-
it just kind of looks. I don't know. It just like looks kind of like noisy.
it's just not. It's not that vibrant, and it doesn't quite have true black. It's very close, but not quite. I mean, it was the first OLED screen I had, so
Yeah.
it certainly looked great. Although, to be fair, most of my time looking at a Vita OLED has been with a matte screen protector. Because I was very into matte screen protectors.
Yeah.
At the time. Not so much anymore, but I did not like glossy screen protectors. I think it was before like tempered glass screen protectors
Yes,
were
it was.
really common.
I
which
got a
I'm
tempered
all
glass
about
on
now.
my 2000,
Oh, okay.
so that gives you an idea
Um,
of how close they are.
So I do have two 1000s. I've got, you know, my launch one with the still with the matte screen protector on, and then one that I bought off of Carcinogen, who had a USB capture mod installed. So I thought that would be useful. So that one doesn't have a screen protector, so I can see just what the raw OLED is supposed to look like. But yeah, I have not spent a lot of time with the 2000 Vita because I don't have one. So yeah, I don't really have an opinion there. I guess the smoothed edges are kind of nice, but don't have a strong opinion other than I do use the 1000 because that's what I got. Although I don't use it that much, But yeah, I mean, I choose to use the PSP 3000 just because that's the one I'm the original owner of. But just in terms of just like sheer aesthetic brilliance, the 1000 wins out. But they all look good. They all look good. It's kind of interesting. I feel like there's, in some ways, a similar trajectory from like PSP to Vita as there is to the look of Switch 1 to Switch 2, where the PSP has like the very straight top, and then it's like kind of got those notches in the curved sides. I think the Switch 1 like kind of strikes a more like coherently designed sort of figure, where it's kind of got the curves, and then like the sides of the Joy-Cons are flat, whereas the sides of the Switch 2 have a much broader, longer curve that actually doesn't really align that much with like the logo, because the logo is very much like Switch 1 Joy-Con shaped, right?
Right.
I think just the profile and outline of the Switch 2 is not going to be as iconic as the look of the Switch 1. But, that said, I don't think the Switch 2 looks bad. And certainly playing Welcome Tour has really increased my appreciation for the engineering behind it. Like, I can understand why, they gave up. They said they originally wanted to do magnets for Switch 1, but they just couldn't make it happen.
Yeah.
And like when you read in Welcome Tour about how they like actually made the magnetic system working, it's like I'm probably over exaggerating the tier of ingenuity that actually took, but like when you read it and you're like, oh man, like these guys should be making spaceships or something. Like it's pretty clever. Like the reason the gap, there's like a visible gap between like the Joy-Con and the Switch system, right? And it almost looks like a mistake, right? But the reason there's a gap is because if there was no gap, you would be able to just very easily get enough leverage to just snap it off.
Oh, okay.
The gap actually like prevents is what the gap along with
it
like
does not have leverage to like pull against it or something.
The gap gives the gap takes your leverage away.
That's interesting.
Essentially. Yeah, and also the fact that
because that seems like counterintuitive. It seems
yes,
counter to like what you would expect.
Right, but if the plastic pieces were touching, you would like be able to like immediately get the leverage to just pull it away. And the R and L buttons on the Joy-Cons are made of steel. And the magnets are only inside the console. And the steel R and L buttons are actually what connect to it. And the magnet actually pulls the R and L button like a little bit out. And there's like several components in there about how that all locks in that's got a little bit of wiggle. It's like a little bit of a loosish thing. That's why you can like kind of wiggle them a little bit, like sort of in the Z-axis. And because of that loose, that somewhat loose fit to the R and L buttons to the magnets, combined with that gap, is like what prevents you from getting the leverage to just pull them off. It's kind of neat.
Kind of neat. If anybody has any suggestions or wants me to play anything specific, let me know.
Well, what about Engine UK, who had a super chat saying, how much would I give for a Switch version of Muramasa? Just finished Odin Sphere on PS5. Hard to go back to the small screen on the Vita for Muramasa. You know, I played Muramasa on, I'm sure I said it. I know I said it very wrong. I don't know. It just comes out of my mouth as Muramasa. Should be like Muramasa.
Yeah, I'll play it. I just need to find it. It's not in alphabetical order.
Oh yeah, Motorstorm. You should.
Yeah, Motorstorm RC is really good.
It is really good. Oh wait, RC is. I'm thinking of Arctic. Was it like Arctic something?
Yeah.
Wait, what's Motorstorm RC?
RC was like a free thing. It was like a free game.
Is it Vita or PSP?
Vita.
Oh well, I want to see that.
It's like RC Pro-Am. Motorsport.
Oh well, dude, play a little Muramasa and
I just need to find Muramasa. There it is.
Then try that. Yeah, I'm really curious.
The big thing that made this more appealing over the Wii version is that they introduced a jump button in this one. Hopefully this is on their agenda for a remake or a remaster at least.
Yeah, wasn't the Wii version like up jump or was it something else?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to remember. I think I played that on like I can't. I know either Drum or I played that on a Backloggery marathon stream like a long time ago. Probably like 2010 or 2011 or something. And I honestly can't remember which of us was the one that played Muramasa. I think it was him, because I think I played it pretty much when it came out on the Wii. So that's the only version I've finished.
I got a total of 32 minutes in this save file here.
And to be honest, I don't even remember which character I played as.
I'm just gonna tool around because I don't remember where I was at. Probably the last time I played this was when I was doing the sharp scale video.
Oh yeah.
So for those who are wondering, I'm playing on a PSTV with the sharp scale hack, and then it's going through the Retrode 4K, which has a profile for 720p sharp scale Vita games. So you're looking at sharp scale upscaled, nearest neighbor to 4K. Cropped and then upscaled.
Let's see, Adam in the chat saying Motorstorm RC wasn't free. It was cross-buy though, Vita and PS3. Or maybe they gave it away for free at some point.
I feel like it was free, because I definitely did not buy it. There was tons of DLC for
it. Interesting.
But maybe I don't know. Maybe there's a demo and I tried it and liked it.
All right, let's see. Would be beautiful. I don't know how to say that name. It says Muramasa is the best Vanillaware game. Of the ones I've finished, I would probably agree. I have not played Unicorn Overlord.
I should replay this though. 'Cause, I mean, I remember liking the Wii version a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Can't really remember anything about it.
I mean, that's why I bought the Vita version, but then I never actually got around to playing through the Vita version. There was, but yeah, I agree. This a remaster of this, I would be keen to play. There was also a notification that Scott Snyder has been a member for 58 months in a row.
Dang.
Saying, Happy Father's Day, everyone. I picked up a 2-player Daytona USA cabinet today and moved it to my basement.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
on to cleaning and repairs. Wish me luck. Yeah, he was kind of showing that that process on Discord today. Very, very exciting. Got players 3 and 4. And Scott Snyder also sent me another Bucky's care package.
Oh yeah.
Did he send you one too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I got I've eaten, maybe about half of the beaver nuggets. And,
did he send you the caramel corn too?
He's well, it's like a variety popcorn
Right.
pack. And I've not dug into them. I've been thinking about saving them for trying on a stream sometime. So that is very appreciated. Speaking of popcorn, I was like really surprised how obsessed my mom became with these after I told her about them. Like I found at the grocery store in the chips section, there's like these, I don't know if they're new or not, but like I just happened to see them. They're like these like popcorn. They're like chips made out of popcorn. They're called popcorners. They're like triangles, like a tortilla chip, but they're made out of popcorn. And there's like a bunch of different flavors. My mom is like completely obsessed with them. So she like told my aunt and told my cousin, and now they're buying all the different flavors and stuff too. I think his Glurt says jalapeno popcorns are delicious. I'm not sure. I don't think I've had that one. I've had like the spicy queso ones. And just like the sea salt. I mean, they're kind of nice because they taste just like popcorn, except they don't have the bits that get stuck in your teeth.
I don't know where I'm supposed to go. This is like... Oh, here we go. Man, what a good-looking game this is, though.
Yeah. You know what you can't do in this game, though, is plant a seed and have it grow into a sheep. That was like one of the defining aspects of Odin Sphere to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can plant a seed and grow a sheep.
I should play that sometime.
Oh, you've never played it like at all?
I mean, I think that we streamed it a long time ago, but I don't remember.
Oh yeah, you play a little bit of it. Yeah. I remember that. I mean, it's this game is like more of an adventure. Like there's a little more like of a logical point A to B progression, whereas Odin Sphere is, it's almost like these like loop. It's almost like the loop is like almost kind of like it's almost like dungeon crawling, but it's like in a 2D plane that loops, if that makes sense. And you have to like. There's a lot of like resource management and stuff. Like that's why you have to like plant the seeds and stuff. And like you might want to like plant the seed when you first enter a scene, and then maybe it'll be finished growing like by the time you finish fighting the enemies or something. You're going to want to collect the stuff that they can drop. It's a very difficult game. Probably a game to recommend not playing on the highest difficulty. Although I don't know if the remastered maybe just do I still not have?
Oh, you didn't get the remaster of it? Riser.
I'm looking at my. Oh, I do have it. Yeah, it must have been pretty recent. I got it. I don't remember exactly when. It might have been a VGP reprint.
Probably.
I don't remember.
They're like the #1 place that I get stuff from now. Just
But
even
that
like
was-
pre-orders, like I just order from them.
I mean, it's a little slower. Like I've had on my phone, like for 3 days now, the tab open for pre-ordering Ninja Gaiden Ragebound there,
Yeah.
because like I feel like that's a game I would like to start like pretty soon after it comes out, and so I'm like, I want to order on VGP because I probably won't get it right away. Like I keep waiting for it to go for pre-order somewhere else because I feel like
I wonder if that'll even be
I'll
available
feel like
day
I'll-
one.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it says release date September 12th, 2025 on here. Like, I've just got this open to remind me to order it if I don't see it go up for sale, like Amazon or Best Buy or something. Man, you know what I just noticed today, and I'm like trying to like stop myself from doing it. I don't know if this is something I just started doing recently or what, but I've come to realize I've been holding my phone like this a lot lately, or like I've got like my pinky finger like.
That is the way, buddy. Like seriously, that is the way. Like that's.
But
that's
like
that's the way. I mean that's.
But my pinky hurts today.
Yeah.
I don't know. I keep stopping myself.
Doing pinky push-ups to get better at it.
Like my pinky is like resting like in like the nook where the charging port is.
Yeah, I mean that's literally.
But
how
like,
I hold mine too, and if I could have a smaller phone, I absolutely would.
Like I don't know. Like I have no idea if if I do this regularly or if I like just started doing it recently. But like my pinky's been like hurting today, maybe even yesterday. And I'm like, what is causing that? And I like eventually figured out it's like because I'm holding my phone like this.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stop myself. I'm like trying to not do it today.
No, you better get used to it. That's like the way to do it.
Is it? I don't know if it's like objectively better or anything, especially not if it hurts my pinky.
Well, your pinky is not used to it. It'll get used to it.
I mean, I don't know though. Like I feel like it seems weird to me that I would have adopted a new behavior without like realizing it, but I don't think too much. I don't think about my phone that much. Like I don't think about phones like I think about video game systems. I'll say that. Like I just don't care about them in the same way. On the whole, I wish we didn't have them. But yeah, I don't know. But I mean, you might be right because I remember when Mario Kart DS came out and Mario Kart 7 on 3DS, like the way you held those little systems and doing drifting and all the ways that those games made me use my fingers, like felt very. It was not something I was used to. Just the way you play those games on those small systems, right? And like they would hurt my fingers for like a week. Like the first week I played them when those came out, but after like a week, it didn't really hurt it. Like it was just fine. I was like used to it, right?
Yeah. Just practice.
Yeah. Let's see. Was there? Yeah, there was. There was another super chat from Dad1153. Thank you. Saying, Sony now lags between. I don't know why it took me so long to parse this. NIN and MS importables. I was like, NIN Ninja? Like. I think NIN is like how they abbreviate the ninja job in Final Fantasy 11 and 14. Like, Nintendo and Microsoft and portables.
Wait, you know, it's so
I
funny
mean-
because that Microsoft Portable, like, they announced it during their stream there, and like I literally forgot that it existed immediately after until you just mentioned it. Right? I mean,
Yeah. I mean,
I died. I mean, it's just
Like-
like I literally do not care.
yeah, I am not interested in it at all. I mean, here's the thing, like it's kind of really caused me to realize that I feel the whole this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox. Like I feel that whole thing that they're trying to drill into our heads is like rather untruthful. Because like I'm like, okay, how does this thing work? Like, is it like so? My understanding is it's a Windows based PC. Like it is not an Xbox.
Hang on, I'm gonna
Like you are not going to be
get something
playing
from my microphone. See if I can make it sound better.
Okay. You know, if you cannot play Xbox versions of games, that's not an Xbox to me. Like not every, I mean, I know most Xbox games have PC versions, but not all of them have PC versions. Whoa, that is a weird ESRB. How did they allow that? That's a weird ESRB. But anyway, like not literally every Xbox game has a PC version. And like if it's not a Microsoft game, like if you own like I don't know, some Square Enix game on the Xbox console or I don't know, EA or whatever, like do you have access to that on PC? I don't know. Like I would assume that only really applies to Microsoft games.
Is
or
my
games
voice
that are
better?
on like or games that are on the Xbox.
Does my voice sound better now? That's what I want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I just moved my shotgun mic closer.
Okay. But yeah, it's just you know, I want to play the actual Xbox version, not the PC version. Now, maybe the PC version's better. I don't know, but like, it's not an Xbox if you're not playing the Xbox version. And, you know, are they going to give you a way to play all of the Xbox 360 games or the original Xbox games that you can play on a Xbox One or Xbox Series X? If not, it ain't an Xbox. Are they, you know, are they going to, oh yeah, actually you can play all these games. Okay. Is the solution for the ones that you can't play natively on the hardware streaming? Sorry, not good enough, not an Xbox. You know, like in my mind, like, and I realize Microsoft does not want you to be thinking about this. Like they don't want you to be overthinking. Like they're trying to condition us to think simply about this. Like, you know, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be thinking about what version it is or whatever. Like you just get the game. You get the game. You can play it. It's an Xbox. And I'm like, no. Like, if it's not the Xbox version, then it's not. It's not Xbox. Like this needs to be natively playing, or even if it's like an emulation layer of some kind. Like it needs to be playing the games on the hardware. Like the actual Xbox versions for me to consider an Xbox. Like I am interested in an Xbox that could, you know, install Steam games or other Windows platforms. I'm interested potentially in something like that. But, you know, if that's where they're going with a, you know, home console, but very likely Steam is going to end up doing a better job with that anyway. So, you know, there just might not be anything for me there, you know, whether a console or handheld, but like I couldn't even begin to have interest in this Xbox handheld. Like Microsoft has so much to prove with making Windows appealing to use for for handheld or TV play. Like they need to have a mode in Windows where there is literally nothing you can't do without a controller. Or using the analog sticks to move a mouse. Like I don't want to do that either.
I don't think that, exactly. You know,
I don't want to do that either. Like I do not want to go out to a desktop to have to fiddle with this or fiddle with that because I tried to boot the game and this didn't work. So I have to go into, some specific control window and change something in a Windows interface. Like, you need to plug every little thing that Windows can do. That needs to be in a completely TV-friendly and controller-friendly environment. Like, with the exception of, I can understand that maybe I would have to use a keyboard to enter text on, like, a terminal or something. Although you should offer a software keyboard option, but, that's fine. Like, I keep a USB receiver plugged into my PS5 for, a keyboard I use for Final Fantasy 14. So that's not a big deal. But they need.
I mean, I've slowly been working on that video about playing games on a PC, as a console gamer. Just recording different things and just having trying to sum up my experience, if this is sustainable for
me. Right.
And I mean, it's not. But I'm not gonna, that's just. We'll see what happens in the long run.
I looked at this. This sounded like something that either of us could potentially benefit from. I was looking the other day on John's Blue Sky.
Oh, you're talking about his monitor setup thing.
His
monitor fusion and stuff like that. Because my whole thing
there were two things. Yeah, what was it? A bunch of people display fusion. That was the main thing people responded to.
Yeah.
Is that is that? Have you tried that?
I have not tried it, but that was. I remember that being a thing a long time ago, but I'm sure it's a lot better now.
Right.
That's something I'll have to, because I'll mess around with that because I need to make my side monitor my primary monitor when I play games. And
that's exactly it.
Steam Big Picture Mode has an option to automatically change your main monitor to whatever one is of your choosing.
But it don't work.
No, it does. It's just that sometimes it gets all kind of wonky. And it'll go halfway out of Big Picture Mode and it'll be cropped up to the side. It just doesn't. I don't know. The experience is not it's not perfect. It's far from perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, kind of my problem up here is, especially now that I've got this, 42-inch C2 is my main editing monitor.
Yeah.
I would like the option of using that monitor
to play PC games.
To play PC games when I need to.
Yeah.
But the problem is, I don't have my taskbar on that computer. My taskbar is on this 1440p monitor to my side. I've gotten Tate mode.
Or you can change that. You can have that appear on all monitors.
Oh, I know. Taskbar's not really what. I mean, I know that. I don't. That's not really the point. The point I was trying to make was the one that my taskbar is on is my mode. I'm not saying I want. I don't particularly want the taskbar on.
So is that not? Is there one on the side that has your taskbar on it? That's your primary monitor.
That's my primary monitor. That's where I want that's where I want Discord and web browser and File Explorer, your everyday kinds of apps to open there. And then I want OBS and Premiere to be on the OLED, right?
Right.
So
What did you buy?
I don't even, if I'm not working on editing anything or recording anything, on this computer, a lot of days I don't turn the OLED on at all. Like I just look at this one.
And it's one that's vertical?
I've made it vertical.
Right. So
I made it vertical in preparation for moving the OLED in here because the problem was I couldn't have it horizontal and keep have enough room for my speakers and my camera. Like the speakers would be behind a monitor. Like I could probably I would if I got some kind of wall mount for either the camera or speakers, I could probably put it horizontal again, and it would probably be better, frankly, horizontal. But I don't. Wait, Super Star Wars is on the Vita?
Yeah, well, so there's a PS4 version and a.
Is it just Super Nintendo emulation?
Yeah, hang on, now let me.
That's kind of weird.
I know, and they didn't do any of the other ones. They just did this one.
That's so weird.
It's totally weird.
That's very weird. Does it look junky?
I don't remember.
That splash screen when you load it up is pretty nice though.
Oh, look, they changed it. Before where it said Lucasfilm, now it says Disney and Lucasfilm.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, it's got scan lines. Did you put those on, or is it on by default?
Let me see if there's a way to get rid of them.
I mean, they look good. As far as I can tell, they're not it's pretty blurry, but blurry is fine with scan lines.
Oh, here we go. There's crisp, smooth, and scanline. So crisp.
Okay. But it's crisp and integer scale. Let's find out.
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
I can tell. It ain't.
Yeah.
With the scan lines, it's not too bad though. This is so weird though.
I know it's
it's just very weird to me.
A lot of people don't like this game. I know you don't like this game. I have a real soft spot for this game. Not so much the sequels, but this one I really, really like.
Yeah. I want to like it. I mean,
well, hang on.
It looks like a fun game, but then when I play it, I'm like, I do not like this. But it looks fun until I actually have my hands on the controller.
So if I do this, that looks better. But still, it does not. You can see it in the background, but I can't move fast enough here.
Yeah, well, they don't have interpolation is the problem. So if it's 4:3, you're going to have uneven horizontal. Without interpolation, this is how it's going to be. I would not expect that out of a Vita era emulation, frankly. This is just so weird to me.
Let me see if I can change the difficulty level here.
Is it on everything from this era?
No, I'm pretty sure it's only on PS4 and Vita.
Not even Xbox?
I don't think so.
It's just such a weird thing. What a weird thing.
I love that it has the this really long if you want a game that has a lot of different demos showing in the background, all these games are good contenders. Where it shows,
oh yeah,
it shows a whole bunch of different levels, and it just keeps the title screen music playing over all of it.
Yeah,
I remember seeing this. I have a real soft spot this. when I bought this game, I bought it because it was EGM's Game of the Month, and this is the reason I got back into Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
You know, because this was when this come out. Did this come out in 94, 93 or 94? But that got me back into Star Wars.
Interesting.
Because seeing this, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. So then I ended up getting the VHS set for Christmas.
This red gradient on the text is very unnecessary.
Yeah, well, I mean, just doing whatever they could to make it readable, I guess. But then it has
I think it would have been even more readable.
You know, you're seeing this, it's like, oh, that's a good use of Mode 7 right there.
Well, of course. Oh yeah.
You know, it's almost like, was there any other use for Mode 7 before this than to like do the Star Wars crawl?
They even got the 4 dots right.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be 4 dots. There was I apologize, this was a few minutes ago. We got talking about how surprised we were by Super Star Wars on the Vita for some reason. From Sfaz. I'm not sure how to say it, but thank you. Saying loved the Switch 1 send-off video. Thanks for all the great content. Paths for Nelly and Sandy. It looks like she's asleep over there in the studio
definitely
room.
Not coming down tonight because.
Oh yeah.
Well, my wife was gone all weekend. She got back about an hour before the stream. So.
Okay, so she's excited that they're home.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, not just the kids are going to be at their grandparents for the week.
Oh okay.
So
she's
just happy to have somebody else to keep her occupied other than me.
I thought you were the fun one though.
I am, but 2 days straight of me is, you're gonna get bored.
Yeah, that's how it is with Sandy. I'm the one that plays with her the most and. Feeds her and everything, but if someone else comes over, I am suddenly extremely uninteresting.
Yeah. I always love the idea of Luke Skywalker like doing like a whole bunch of flips, like before he even knows like the Force, he can just do these flips. And it's even funnier when it's like when it's Han Solo doing it. But it's one of those quirks. So you that's your high jump, right? So if you hold up and press jump, but if you shoot and you press up and do the high jump when you're shooting, you jump higher. See, look at this.
Oh.
So that's like you always hold down, hold that down, and you can do high jumps.
What the heck? See, it's little like weird things like that are probably why I don't like this game because like something just feels wrong, right?
Yeah, but I mean. That's just one of those things that probably only people that played this game a whole bunch remembers. It makes I don't want to speak too soon on it, but it certainly makes the whole Sandcrawler external level a lot easier. This level is so long, and it's just really boring. I love that you fight the Sarlacc pit monster at the end of the first level of the first game.
Yeah, I mean, there's Sarlaccs out there in Tatooine. They existed at the time of A New Hope.
I thought there was only one. Probably not.
No. It's like the Pit of Carcoon, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm sure they all have like their own names for their pits. I bet.
Probably.
Yeah. Like each Sarlacc has a different name for their pit. The Pit of Carcoon. I mean, maybe Carcoon is the name of that Sarlacc. I mean, they're probably relatively uncommon creatures. I mean, that's why their pits have names, right? Like if we don't give every anthill a name.
Yeah.
But there's
I love the way that condenses or changes the story slightly, though. The fact that Luke just finds the crash pod.
Oh,
Just like, and then he's like, my counterpart has been kidnapped by Javas. We must find him. And that's just like, that's it, right?
Yeah.
And then we get one of these. Then we get a Mode 7 level.
Oh,
where you have to kill.
Oh, I hate these levels from what I've tried.
See, I
think this is very difficult to play. I mean, again, it looks cool, but I don't enjoy actually playing it.
I love that when you kill the Javas, they go, ooh, teeny. I mean, this game totally like got me back into Star Wars. It's just it's so funny because it had been I had seen it as a teenager at that point, you know. Oh, and then there's Womp Rats.
Me and my friends in school, when we went to see episode 1 so many times, like so many times, because like.
I saw it 2 days in a row, hoping that I would like it more the second time.
Yeah, I mean, we were the right age for it, like early high school, right? But like, one of my friends in high school was like, we were in the same grade, but he was like a little over a year older, I think, and so he got his license before everyone else. So, because of him, we just went to movies all the time.
I love, really quick, I just like how when he shoots the Javas, they just like fly back off the screen. Like it's just Luke's out here just like doing what the stormtroopers do to the Sandcrawler. Right? He's just straight up destroying it. Who's the
real villain here?
Yeah, like just taking out all the Jawas. Like, give me back this droid that I have no idea who it is.
Like, I've never met this C-3PO in my life. It was just like, all right, it's time to kill all the Jawas. Like, man, like, Palpatine should be, like, hiring Luke.
Yeah.
Like... He's doing the work of like an entire stormtrooper battalion.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so we went to episode 1 so many times just because like we were weirdly obsessed with it. And one of my friends, had his license long before any of us. And we like every single time during the pod race, there's like this one shot where it just has like 2 Jawas, and you see the pod racers like fly by, and they just go Rutini!
Yeah.
When they fly by, and we just got into a giggle fit every single time, and then we were like, okay, we're not gonna laugh this time.
Come on, stupid Jawas.
We're not gonna laugh this time. We laughed every time.
Every single time.
Houdini! Our other favorite character that we always laughed every time he appeared the first time was like I think he's the he's like I think second from the top after Padme, and he goes I'm trying to blank on what the actual line is, but it's something like I think a communications disruption can mean only one thing: invasion.
Yeah.
Do you know what that guy's name is? You know what his name is?
I feel like I should know it, but I do not.
It's C.O. Bibble.
That's right. Okay, that does sound familiar.
that guy rules. C.O. Bibble.
Somewhere along the way, George Lucas forgot how to make cool sounding names. You know?
Yeah, perhaps so. But I mean, that one like is like so completely inconsequential because it's not even like said out loud in the movie. You know, like it always used to amaze me. I mean, it still does kind of like that. There's so many names in Star Wars that you just like never hear said out loud.
This level.
Oh, that was.
No, it's like that's what this whole
That was cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, isn't it like how crazy is it that like the term Sith and the name Palpatine is like never said out loud in the entire original trilogy?
Yeah. Well, I feel like they maybe it would, I guess, never said out loud, right? But I do remember like there being written materials saying that like Darth Vader was the Dark Lord of the Sith.
Yeah, I mean that those concepts like existed, but if you know, I was never really like into any expanded universe stuff. Like my obsession was like all around the movies, and you know, I also liked. I love that it's called a health sword.
Yeah.
You know, I was never really into expanded universe, like other than playing like a few games on N64. Like that was as into expanded universe as I ever got. As obsessed as we were with the movies, like I didn't really seek out other stuff. And so like I don't think I knew the name Palpatine or Sith until you know, even though I got into Star Wars around the time of like shortly before the prequels, like I wasn't aware that the Emperor's name was Palpatine. I didn't know what a Sith was. I didn't know that there could be other, you know, characters with like the prefix Darth.
Right.
Like I remember like my friends.
I mean, that's
were,
just something that came up in that extended stuff that.
Right. I didn't know about that.
And it makes you wonder if it was even considered to be that way. It was just a convenient answer.
Yeah. I mean, I remember my friends when they were talking about like, oh, here's like the characters that are going to be in Star Wars Episode 1. And there's some characters called the Darths. They are the Darths. There's Darth Sidious and Darth Maul. The Darths. Oh man!
So now I'm inside of the sandcrawler, just recklessly killing, and not only that, but then I pick up the a thermal detonator. Watch me use the thermal detonator. Like
He's got a thermal detonator.
And each one of them cries out in pain when I kill him. It's just funny, you know, like that's how you gamify stuff. You know, like when people say like, oh, it's like that what is it, like the dissonance or whatever.
Ludo narrative dissonance.
Yeah, you want to know why like Uncharted never bothered me is because I'm playing Super Star Wars where it's this Luke Skywalker, you know, like the you know, like the last, you know, can never be corrupted person in the galaxy. Like, you know, it's just mowing down Jawas like without even thinking about it, and like totally like just like doing exactly what the stormtroopers do. And that's why it doesn't bother me that Drake is just killing a whole bunch of people.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I never really thought about it either because I mean, it's a video game. You shoot people, you know, like
yeah,
you know, like I don't know, like I feel like at the time Uncharted came out, like we, you know, like yeah, we had games like Animal Crossing, but like cozy games weren't a thing, right? You fight stuff in video games. That's what you do for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Like like there were games like Tetris and stuff, but like like even family friendly games were like inherently some degree of violence. That's just what you did. Like you didn't really overthink it.
How do I gotta... A lot of times in games, you're just killing things that don't deserve to die.
There was a notification. Jersey 117's been a member for 36 months in a row.
Dang.
Very appreciate it.
Thank you.
Saying, did you guys hear about the screening of the original print that just recently happened? No, I did. I mean, I heard about episode 3.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, like
I didn't hear about. I assume he's talking about A New Hope.
Yeah. They're gonna be screening it someplace in London or something like that.
Really? Like officially sanctioned by Disney or no?
Yeah, it's theirs, I think.
Really? Like
Yeah.
it's honestly kind of a little bit surprising. Like I've always felt like there must have been some clause in their agreement with George Lucas that you can like never go back to the original version ever again. Like that's just.
I mean, the thing is if they did that, if they just like released these original film versions like on 4K, like they would sell so many of them.
Oh yeah. Don't they want to make money?
Yeah. I'm just looking what else I got here. If anybody sees anything and wants to, let's try Spy Hunter. I feel like this is like a separate reboot. Of Spy Hunter.
Yeah, wait, I had no idea Valkyria Revolution was on the Vita.
I don't know what that means. That's something about FPS default up there.
Oh. Weird. There was super chat from Richie Torres saying thank you. Saying ever played the SNES version of Spawn? Game is ridiculously hard. No, I know very little about Spawn. The Super Nintendo
Wait,
game.
which one? Oh, you know what? I was just talking to somebody about it.
Is this game not scaling correctly?
So I think this might be a PSP game. Or no, no, it's not. But it's a. I wonder if it's a lower.
Stuff's cut off.
It's gonna be a sharp scale thing. I bet it's like one of those ones like at a lower resolution, so it scales.
Oh, it's scale. See, the problem with sharp scale with a lot of Vita games is so many Vita games are, sub-native resolution, but the HUD is native resolution. So sharp scale doesn't really work on those games because like it reads them as a full resolution game, but even though the underlying graphics might look kind of bad. So that's interesting, actually.
Yeah, I forgot how to change it. It's like Hot Shots Golf is the same way, where it runs at a lower base resolution so they can scale it like an additional time.
Right. I don't know if Corey has anything to say about the Super Nintendo version of Spawn. Do you?
No, I've heard that it's really good though.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like maybe it was Audie that said it was good.
Oh yeah, now
then it does this, but then that's like the base resolution is this. So you see. So, it's gonna.
I mean, if you can't make it fit right, I'd be okay with this for a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, it's better than having a big chunk of the screen cut off. That's interesting. There was also a super chat 10 minutes ago from Container 7 saying, loving this Super Star Wars related discussion, which we are off now. But Thank you. That was fun to talk about Luke Skywalker murdering Jawas. There was also $5 super chat from EB Chill 2. Thank you. Saying technically Kirby has a lot in common with Xenomorph, and you're right. You are right. I mean, Kirby, you know, the best thing to come out of Kirby Star Allies was, you know, the insinuation that Kirby may be the failed summoning of a dark god, or, you know, maybe like the late stage life form of a dark god. Oh wow, you're doing good.
This is so weird because I feel like after that trilogy of on the PS2 and Xbox and GameCube, I didn't realize that another Spy Hunter existed.
No, I had no idea either. I mean, so the physics are weird, but like the graphics are pretty good looking, I think.
What am I doing? Did it tell me what to do? I'm looking around.
Yeah, you're skipping all the dialogue.
Yeah.
Can you shoot like those gates or something?
I'm trying to do a touch screen. Boop. Just I just skipped all the dialogue and oh, maybe I gotta grab it with the hand.
I love when you like put the two fingers like next to each other, like they're kind of pointing at each other, like oh.
Let me try it again. Oh, it's gotta get that. Oh, I can do a flamethrower. I want the machine gun.
Do you use the touchscreen or you just try?
I was just trying to. I had to use the touchscreen there. Yeah, it does have the theme song, but you know, you can't make a Spy Hunter game and not have the music in it. Like, that is arguably the most important part about it. Oh, look at that. I didn't realize that it said Spy Hunter there on it. Alright.
Whoa, I guess there's a fan scan of the film prints called 4K 77.
Yes.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and you can just, it's on BitTorrent and stuff. I might have, it's been a slow reconstruction process, I think. I think I might have them someplace.
Oh, I'd be interested.
But I or maybe they're like is it like the Harmy or something like that? Was it Harmy version? Is that separate? Right.
I mean, anything is just going back to the film scan
double press and hold R.
That's a win in my book. Be nice if there was one of
okay, what's it gonna tell me to do here?
More than just New Hope, though.
Tap the eye to remote link and activate the gates up ahead.
Oh, you have to tap the eye.
That's what I'm doing. It's not working.
This is. I imagine this game might be not allowed. This might not be on the PS TV whitelist.
Yeah.
The official one. Oh, what if the scaling is screwing up the touch position? Like, try touching where it would be if it filled the edge of the screen. Or can you not move the finger out?
Yeah. You're right.
Aha.
Let me use my guns.
Oh, there are 4K fan scans of all 3D.
Yeah, okay, so
I'm
the
very-
Army is a despecialized at multiple sources, but 4K 77 is a film screen. Okay, I did not know that.
But that is much more, like a film scan is much more interesting to me, I would say, than like
yeah, for
the
sure.
despecialized.
Yeah.
Like, not that I've even seen despecialized, to be honest, but I would be very
I had
interested.
the DVDs that they did. They had it was like a 2-disc version of each one of them. It has like like essentially has a laser disc version on it, and it's non-anamorphic widescreen, so it's just letterbox and that's it.
You mean unofficial DVD?
Yeah, it's official.
Oh, I didn't know that there was like a DVD that had like the non-special edition.
No,
though.
there's they were like officially released. They has the 3 theatrical cuts on a second disc. And the thing is that they're just like, but they're not super good. They're not
Right,
like
yeah.
all that desirable because they're not anamorphic. So they're just like letterboxed, and you watch it on a widescreen TV, and it looks like this game.
Yeah. Chat room crashed.
What's that?
I said my chat room crashed.
I wonder if there's like a PS3 version of this.
What's it called?
It's called Spy Hunter.
Just Spy Hunt.
Yeah. You know what I would totally play? I would play a Spy Hunter game made by Criterion.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Someone
who
make that
wouldn't?
happen. Tell EA owns them, right? So have EA like say we want people forced to make Need for Speed over and over again. Let's like, how about Need for Speed Spy Hunter?
Ooh. Spy Hunter 2012 video game, the latest release. Oh, this is also for the 3DS.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there was a lot of crossover between the Vita and 3DS.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't really think of a lot of examples off the top of my head. But
Well, there was the Mirror of Fate.
Was that on Vita?
Maybe it wasn't on Vita. Maybe it was only on...
Because it got the HD version on like Xbox 360 and PS3, but
Well, there's I know for sure, like the Arkham Blackgate.
you should play. I was about to say you should play that after, because I've never seen that. I've never seen it in action. I've always heard it's not that great, but like it's from the guy who
we're turning
like,
into a boat.
directed all the Metroid Prime games.
Yeah, we're doing the boat.
Oh yeah. So yeah, this is just on Vita and 3DS. I mean, this definitely looks like above 3DS level to me. So I'd be curious how the 3DS version runs. Whoa. Sotenist has a super chat here saying, well, that water splashing is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like from the front of your boat.
Oh, now it turns into an off-road vehicle.
I kind of like that. That looks good.
What?
Oh yeah, look at that. But anyway, Soldner says, ever play any of the short-lived PlayStation mobile games on Vita? They even had a grid-based isometric version of Tokyo Jungle.
Oh,
Truly lost games. That sounds wild.
I will. I think that's on the app that you can use to like download games on here.
I don't know if that's the kind of thing that would get you in trouble for using in public.
Yeah, we're not gonna put that on the stream.
Shinja says Black Gate is rough. That's such a shame though, because
I got it on
feels like a
sale
surefire winner
on the 360. I think before the store went down.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't have it, but I've definitely thought many times about getting it at a retro store, but I've always heard it's not good. So.
I don't understand why it's giving me why is it giving me this vehicle? Like it's got to be like the white Porsche. Isn't that what it? Oh, like it's gonna make me hit the button to like launch.
Oh. Soldner says a trailer for it still exists on YouTube. I'd love to know if anywhere ever archived. I mean, I don't really understand what you mean by PlayStation Mobile. Like, I don't know what that was, but, like, if it was playable on Vita, like, wouldn't it almost certainly be archived in some capacity? Like, did you have to, like, play it with, like, a connection? Like, did you not actually download the games or something or anything like that? This does not sound like a familiar thing that you're talking about, though. But if they were playable on Vita, surely there's some kind of backup of it.
Sneaky Turtle Egg, this is Spy Hunter.
According to Wikipedia, it's Spy Space Hunter. It's not one word this time.
That's a sensitive
part. I had no idea. No idea
they
this
must
exists.
not have done very good.
Well, it's the
I love how
last
these
game.
missiles look. Someone says they look like Gundam missiles. I mean, more like Macross missiles. But either way, I like that they just kind of fling out and then launch in the air. Like, watch. Like, they just fly out.
Well, this looks potentially okay.
Yeah.
Like, how are you feeling about it?
I mean, it seems totally fine to me.
Yeah, I don't think it looks bad at all.
Swarm missiles.
I'm going to look up what the 3DS version is. Which version came out first? It came out the same day. I wonder if there's any, like, comparison about it.
Oh, jeez. Oh. Joke's on me, I guess. I thought he could ride around with him on top there.
3DS version. If that's a shot of the 3DS version, it might be pretty okay.
Was it? I wonder if it is digital only on here.
Yeah, it seems like a game that might be that way. I can't say I recall ever seeing it. I remember last time I was at Video Game World, they had like this Vita section. They had like, it was like around 10 different Lego games for Vita.
Yeah.
Like so many. Like, if it was any other system, I wouldn't be that surprised, but the Vita?
There's a lot of weird stuff on this.
Yeah. Well, I think a big reason it was so popular was because it got so many ports of, popular indie games at the time. Why did Romancing Saga 3 is on this?
And 2. See, what's kind of interesting is that there's a lot of games that were ported to the Switch after this.
Exactly, and I thought that was a new port for the Switch.
Yeah, but no, it's yeah, there's 2, 3 and 2 on here.
I had no idea.
What do you think WAF is? I sort of want to find out what WAF is.
Let's find out what WAF is. Let's
I don't know if I should be afraid of whatever that is.
It is a little creepy, I have to say.
Yeah. This is it's World of Final Fantasy.
Oh. Oh. WAF.
World of Final.
I wonder if this game's any good. Like I don't like it. It seems like something. It's
I
like
have the Maxima edition for the Xbox One.
Oh
like yeah, I think I got it. It was like a clearance.
Why the Xbox One version?
Because I think that's the only physical version that got the Maxima.
Do you even know what that is?
That's like it was like a whole expansion DLC thing.
Wow. I feel like I may have tried a demo of it at some point, but it feels like a game I would have bought at some point. But
okay, Switch got Maxima. Did physical, just not in the West? Okay. So was the Xbox version the only version of Maxima released physically in the US and in the region? I don't want to play World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
I've never played it, so
I think I've tried a demo. That's all I think I've done.
Let's see what else we got here.
Oh yeah, Assassin's Creed Liberation. I did buy that on. Oh yeah, Dragon Quest Builders is on here.
It's amazing how much I've forgotten about the system.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how the Vita version of Pixel Junk Shooter is. That game is great.
I'm gonna try Killzone Mercenary first, though.
Okay. I don't even know if that's a FPS or something else.
I don't know either.
I'm sure I knew at some point.
I unlock the frame buffer size. See what that does.
You used to know all these things, I think. You had this pretty figured out when you made the sharp scale video.
Yeah, it just goes to show that knowledge is just gone away into nothing at this point. I mean, that's doesn't always happen, but it does. Depends on how invested I am. Okay, Killzone is awesome on this. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, it's a third-person military sim shooter. And it's a first-party game, so I guarantee you there's going to be, like, front and back touch.
Oh.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I think, talking about, first-party games and, like, shoehorning console features in, like, there are definitely, like, a lot more mouse mini games and Welcome Tour than I expected. Like, I think Nintendo is going to be definitely treating the mouse controls going forward as like, that's going to be the new waggle for.
So they're going to try and put it in
They're going. I mean, it might not be required, but I bet they're going to have like little. I bet Nintendo's going to have a lot of little things you can do with the mouse because they're going to be like, they're just like, whoa, can you even believe this? Like, you're controlling a video game with a mouse? What?
They're the first ones to ever do that.
Going in at the deep end, Danner.
Yeah.
No time for introduction, so I'm pairing you up with Ivanov. Hey, Danner. Always a
Oh, I have no idea if there's a bunch of mouse stuff in Jamboree. I don't even think Jamboree's Switch 2 version is out yet.
The ISA got a lead on their missing commander.
I think that's coming out next month.
They have me under surveillance.
Because like they all of those like paid update games, like they're not coming out all at once. I think only the Zeldas came out.
Interrogation at Kratek Center of Operations. I know Kratek. He'll kill her as soon as he has what he wants.
Can't skip.
By the way, I played a bit of
She heads up the weapons.
when I start for real, which will hopefully not be too far off.
Kratek's hands before
I'm going to restart it, but I did try out Echoes of Wisdom, just to record footage of it, and it's pretty cool. I was always a little annoyed that Link's Awakening stuck to 8-way movement. Like I wouldn't be that annoyed if they let you use the D-pad, but they didn't. And I don't like the feel of like digital movement on a stick. And Echoes of Wisdom has, for one, the B button is always jump. Like you always have jump, and you don't have to like equip the feather.
I think didn't they do that in Link's Awakening? Or are you talking about? Is that what you're talking about?
There's some features that you always have access to, like dash is always on one of the shoulder buttons.
Yeah.
But feather, I'm pretty positive, is not one of those.
Okay.
Anyway, so yeah, you can always jump, and you have full 360-degree movement, which feels significantly better to play than Link's Awakening on a 8-way movement on an analog stick. Just ain't my favorite. So I'm excited to play it, and it sounds like it's paid off to wait anyway, because not only does it run significantly better on Switch 2, but they also added a feature now, and I think this applies to playing it on Switch as well.
I'm using a PS3 controller.
Oh, how are you doing the touch stuff then?
You click in the L3 and R3, like makes that appear.
Okay. Yeah, DualShock 3 is supposed to have a lot less lag when playing PSTV. I don't know if that's true for everything.
Wait, the DualShock 3 does?
It's supposed to have less lag than the DualShock 4 on the PSTV. But, however, I don't think that's always true. The lighting on your gun looks really good.
I mean, all these Killzone games are like generally pretty impressive, I think.
I don't really know though if it, I did some tests that weren't like probably the best, but what I found was it was mostly like an adrenaline issue. I didn't really see like a significant difference in the tests I tried to do, but I don't have the best means of really testing that. So this is a first-person shooter.
I guess so, yeah.
Grab their ammo. Shit costs money, right?
Well, it's got there's blood splats on the wall.
I mean, this looks really great for
It does.
for a handheld, yeah, right?
It really does. Like, This is the kind of game that, like, if some middling developer had put this on the Switch, like, I could see a game with this level of graphics, but still, like, somehow not run well on Switch.
Yeah.
Like obviously, the Switch is more powerful than a Vita, but I'm just saying, like,
they would try to try to do too much.
They try to do too much, yeah. And I can't really tell from the stream exactly how well this is running, but this is the kind of game that you would definitely see, like, a bad port of this tier of game on the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Oh, I gotta jump over here.
Over here, man.
He's like, over here, man. Oh, then you can go in the cover too.
Here they come.
Yeah, I'm impressed.
I still love my Killzone 3 favoritos.
Yeah. It is kind of surprising, though, that they have not released a remaster of all them on newer hardware.
I mean, maybe, but like I feel like
I'll boost you up.
It's just surprising because it seems like one of those things they could just do, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think they're, like, super well remembered.
Yeah.
Like Sony made them into a big deal because they wanted them to be a big deal, but in practice, I don't think they actually were a big deal.
Right, because after Shadowfall, we got
Yeah.
wingsuits. I'm flying. Look at this. This is probably a video, but if it is, it switched very seamlessly.
Yeah. That's fun.
It's totally fun. Let's see if we see anything. Well, I mean, if it switches.
No, Killzone is not Sony's Gears of War. They wanted it to be their Halo, is what they wanted.
Yeah. So I would not be surprised if that was real time.
No, I don't think.
It did
Surely
not look.
not.
I couldn't find any
Compressed?
place where it switched over.
Ooh.
It seemed pretty seamless when it did.
Wow. Okay. I think it's pretty sad, but
Oh, geez.
even though I'm not, like, the biggest Halo fan, but I still think it's a little sad that I think they're shooting from behind you.
Yeah, I got him.
Wow. Okay. It's definitely kind of sad that
in the state.
Halo's time is done. Halo, like, I don't think no matter how much
now, it's kind of chugging.
Oh yeah, look at that. But I don't think, like, no matter how much, like, Microsoft or the original Halo fans, like, want Halo to be a big deal again, like, I don't think it's possible to, like, even if you had, like, the best team in the world behind it, like, I don't think they can, like, rehabilitate it, like, make it the big thing again,
There's too much competition, and I just don't think.
Yeah.
The thing is at least for me, after they made the decisions that they made with 5, it was clear to me that they didn't really know what to do after that. Especially when Infinite is basically, like, glosses over, like, all the, like, the repercussions of the ending of 5. Like, they just didn't know what to do, and it's just kind of amazing how much they mess it up. And I honestly feel like if they had, like, put a bigger gap of time between 3 and 4, just when 3 ends, I get the impression he's going to be like floating in space. It's going to be like a Ripley floating in space for like 85 years.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And that, I think that would have been cool if it was like
and they just kind of wasted it.
Yeah, like have it skip, like have a big time skip, and then things could have been like really different, right?
Right.
Hold your fire.
So that was surprising to me that they did what they did.
Rally him from behind.
Oh, here we go. I can mail him. Oh, I rescued this guy. Oh. Yeah, like 1,000 years. Like have him in cryostasis for a long period of time.
Well, it probably wouldn't even like speak the same language anymore.
Yeah, but I just feel like that would have been interesting.
Demolish the security center doors.
It's crazy how much like I like those first 3, and like everything Bungie developed, like I just really liked, and then after that it just.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Like, remember, I don't remember exactly what the name is, but they rebranded 343 like a year or 2 ago, and it's now like Halo. Isn't it like Halo Studios now? And it's like, dude, these guys like can't handle it. Like, why are you they can't handle it? Like, Halo is like not working out anymore. Like, why are you doubling down and calling them Halo Studios now? Like,
yeah,
I just don't. They just can't. I just don't think they're capable of recapturing the magic that, again, like I'm a relative outsider looking at. I only just played Halo 1 through 3 a couple of years ago. Like, and I liked Halo 3. I thought it was fun. The other 2 were okay, but very flawed.
Mm-hmm.
But like I am not a fan, but like I recognize what those games meant to the fans, and I just think it's over. But you know what? I also think that's okay. Like, they should move on from Halo and like just do something else. Like, I was always really confused why people were so upset about that period of time, which, went away when they did stuff like Mega Man 11, but it's back now. Like, like people were like, "Oh, I'm just so mad that Capcom's not doing anything with Mega Man. Like, they got to keep Mega Man alive." And it's like the last several Mega Man games hadn't been that good anymore. Like who cares? Like, we've got good Mega Man games. You can still go play those. Like, if Capcom's not making good Mega Man games anymore, like, let them make something else. It's okay for like a game to just be something you enjoy on older consoles. Like, it's okay. Like, we don't have to always have something new in these series if it's just not something that they're capable of making well anymore.
Yeah, I was thinking a little bit about, not like in terms of that, but that brings to mind something I've been thinking about lately, about how, so many games have been remade. Do you think that they'll, like, are they just going to keep on remaking certain games forever, you think? Like, the Persona 4 remake got me thinking. Because there's already been, like, Persona 4.
It's not really a full... It's not a full remake that already exists. It's like, it's an expanded version, but I get what you mean.
But like in 20 years, is there going to be like another Persona 4 remake?
Persona 4? I don't know.
What are they going to, like, is that how it's going to be with all games from now on? Is it just going to be remade over and over and over again? And,
I don't know if
but like, who wants to play like a new version of it over and over and over again?
I mean, for one, like I personally, as someone who likes older styles of games, I am certainly not anti remake.
Right.
I like
neither
things
am
I love or things I missed get new versions that I can play and on current hardware. But you know, so I don't really have, I personally don't really have a problem with it, but, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if
Whoops.
I have a lot of thoughts about it.
Goes,
Oh,
whoops.
you lost
$100.
100 V-Bucks. I see Madonna Shiki lamenting that it's been months since she's seen Sandy. Let me see if I can arrange that. Sandy, come say hello to the stream. Look. Corey's playing Killzone on the Vita.
Get to the door and set the charge.
Yeah, I do
Look at
have.
this.
I have Dissidia on here. I can play that next.
Look at this.
I like how that guy's just like in there. Like, what's he gonna do?
You're clear.
Killzone on the
When you
Vita.
loud triggered security.
Oh. There's my fluffums.
Okay, we're in. Cover me while I find
They're my fluffums.
But it's just, I don't know, like what the future is if like if games are just gonna get remade infinitely, and like at what point are those remakes no longer exciting?
Where is she?
Yeah.
I mean, it only makes sense now because, you know, like the technology jump is big enough between a lot of these, so it can be justified.
Persona 3 made a lot more sense because it was in more dire need of like a modern version, I would say.
Right, and exactly,
because there were caveats with every existing version of Persona 4, and not that it.
Persona 4 or 3.
Excuse me, 3. Like there were caveats with all versions of it, you know. And even though Reload, I mean, I haven't played Reload yet myself, but even though Reload, like, didn't like unify all the versions, like it doesn't have the female main character,
right?
And stuff like that. But it, you know, it does have like, you know, the party control. As far as I know, I'm almost positive it has full party control, like in Portable, which is the version I played. But it also has, you know, the FES DLC. I don't know if that's how you say it, but and stuff like that. Like it's kind of crazy to me to think that I've like never played a version of Persona 3 with like the characters like actually like in the scenes, like animating in the scenes, because
yeah, right.
Because, you know, what I played was, you know, it's more of a visual novel type presentation, which I mean, I loved the game. And the reason I played that version was because I did not want to play a version where I didn't have direct party control. Like that sounded like it would drive me absolutely nuts.
Mm-hmm.
So that was why I played Portable, but I didn't really feel at the time like I'd missed anything. But every time I like look at a video of the PS2 version on YouTube, I'm like, wow, it's like so weird, like seeing these like moments I remember, like having actual like characters animating in the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of surreal. So I'm really looking forward to playing Reload, just because, you know, that's going to be, I think, a pretty fresh experience for me. Persona 4, even though it's probably overall my favorite Persona game, like I'll admit it's a lot. The idea of a remake of it is a lot less compelling, just because, you know, even the PS2 version of Persona 4 was already pretty fully realized, I would say, you know?
Right.
You know, especially because you've got, you know, all the stuff from the PS2 version of 3 plus full party control from the get-go. So, like, there's nothing wrong with the PS2 version of Persona 4 at all, in my opinion. So, it's an accessibility kind of thing. But the game is certainly not inaccessible now, because you can play Golden on like anything. There were 2 super chats. One $10 from Jersey 117. Thank you. Saying we have been getting so many remasters. What about some new experiences? Does the success of Expedition 33 from a small independent studio change the map? I hope so. I really do hope things like Astrobot winning Game of the Year, things like Expedition 33 being a small team $50 game that's still like meaty enough, but like not too meaty if you don't want it to be. Are you crouched? I think you're crouched.
Yeah, I was. I knew I was going to die.
I do hope that's going to change some things, and that because I want to go back to like the PS2 days where we didn't really divide things up in like AAA and AA and stuff like that. Like these were like there were smaller games, but like almost anything that made it to market was it had it no matter what size of a game it was, it had some degree of backing behind it, right? And
right,
it just I don't know it just seems like it's either really small indie or it's got to be big, and that's not how it always is, but I do hope it's going to increase like the scale of games that we have, the size of teams, the prices of the games. Like I hope they like more interesting mid-budget games are approved.
Yeah,
I would like to see stuff like that, and I think stuff. Even though I haven't played it yet, I think stuff like Expedition 33 will be a good.
Is Dissidia 012 Final Fantasy the worst Squaresoft name for a game? Maybe.
What about the near
it's
replicant?
Marginally worse than Theater Rhythm. Theater Rhythm or.
Theater Rhythm is relatively tame, I think. Like what about the near replicant? The near replicant, like the one that has like a million numbers after it.
Yeah, but I think it's just like a play on like that's just probably makes sense in the scheme of Yoko Taro's head.
Which that is not a place that makes sense. Yoko Taro's head does not make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some.
Your replicant number was intentional since it's a square root of 1.5 or something.
Oh, I mean, Brandon Smith says Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. I think that we could put these all like in the same tier, but Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue that's pretty bad. But at least you can kind of get an idea of like what it means. But Dissidia 012 Duodecim Final Fantasy. So I've beaten this game with most of the characters, but I don't.
Have you ever? Yeah, I mean, I think this is a really fun game. I mean, I don't really remember how to play it either. Like don't you have to like deal like brave damage and then you deal like physical damage to like actually knock it off the life bar or something?
Right.
Like I remember this game is quite fun. Have you ever tried the PS4 game?
I have it, but I've never played it. It's based on an arcade game, right?
It is. I don't think I realized it. Like that was a game that like no one talked about, and then it was just like perpetually really, really cheap.
Yes.
So I eventually bought it, and like I never played beyond like the tutorial because it's like I don't even remember why it was bad, but it's pretty bad. And then like I remember then discovering, like, talking, because I just never heard anyone talk about period. And then people are like, oh yeah, this is bad for exactly the reasons you're talking about. And I'm like, oh, like, I didn't know that. I already forgot what those reasons were, but I want to say it's like, it had something to do with like how I think there's like a party system now. Like, I think you choose like 3 fighters or something.
So
and like
this
the
is
way,
considered better, you think? Like this?
oh, this is absolutely considered better.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember why it was so bad, but it just like, it feels very wrong. It just a lot of like flawed ideas, and it doesn't play very well.
The final blow.
There was we haven't heard from old Ben Brody in the super chats in a while.
Oh wow.
Super chat from Ben Brody saying, Corey and Try, if you could have any fictional car or vehicle road traveling though, not like a boat or plane from any game, what would it be? Ooh, could I
Lil Dumpy.
Lil Dumpy, you love Lil Dumpy. Even though it doesn't have wheels, could I pick Magitech armor?
If
I
you
think-
wanna, yeah.
I think I mean, it wouldn't be like super functional. It's probably not that fast. But Magitech armor would be pretty awesome. Lil Dumpy is like a toy dump truck that you can drive in Mario Kart World.
And I just like the name.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
it's
the name
actually
makes
a pretty
it.
good vehicle. It's a good vehicle. Lil Dumpy. I don't know. Like, what would you pick anything over Lil Dumpy? Or that's your final answer?
I can think. Let me think about it for a minute.
Mr. Sensible says the tank from Metal Slug. Not bad.
Yeah,
not
that's
bad.
a pretty good one.
I mean, could I pick something living like a chocobo? Like
Then you gotta take
I
care
would
of it.
love to have a real chocobo.
I wouldn't want to take care of it. That thing is like definitely like pooping all over the place. You got to live on a farm if you want to have one.
Well,
You ready to live
sure.
on a farm? I mean, it's just like it's really trash in your house if it's in your house.
I'm not having a chocobo in my house. Like, I just need a barn. I don't need a full farm. I just need a barn. And
Yeah.
I'll pay someone to like take care of the grounds. But I wouldn't mind just like feeding a chocobo, brushing a chocobo,
Gassing it up on green.
gas them up with the greens and let them go.
Yeah.
I'd like a chocobo.
You ride that chocobo. I'd have to. Let me just think on it because nothing's like jumping into my head.
Oh, I saw a good one, and then I lost track of it. What was it? Someone had a good one. I was like, oh, that's good, and I immediately forgot it, and I can't find it now. Oh yeah, Mr. Dew said I'd take something from Blast Core. That'd be fun. Ooh, hover bike from Chrono Trigger.
But it has to be.
I mean, it has to be road traveling.
Yeah.
Like I think it's okay as long as it doesn't like.
Yeah, I mean, if hover bikes are allowed, then like I want like the hover bike from Burning Force.
Oh.
I always liked how that looked.
Do you have any idea how like Space Harrier flies?
I always just assumed that it's his gun. It has like jets.
Yeah,
on
like
the back.
the gun is like if he let go of the gun, he would just fall.
Yeah.
This too is the path I choose.
Who does the voice of Kane in this? It sounds like
Oh, it's it's the same guy that does.
It sounds like Wesker, like not Wesker, but like the Grimoire voice.
Yeah, it is Grimoire Vice.
Okay.
It's Grimoire Vice and Caius Ballad, the villain of Final Fantasy 13 2. I'm not sure. I've still never played it. I don't know if he's also the voice of Kane in the 3D remake.
This stuff just happens, but I don't know how to even play this.
I mean,
anymore.
you used to. I mean, it's a really good game.
I did the entire story and everything.
Yeah, it's a really good game, but yeah, it's not something that you're just gonna like jump right back into blind and know what you're doing.
Yeah, let's see if I can just do some regular battles here.
And
the music is great in this. It has like so many good bits of music.
Well, anyway, hopefully either my answer of Magitech or Chocobo, at least one of those fits the bill for Ben Brody's question.
Look at all this stuff. I don't know what it was giving me.
Oh, I like the little Chocobo sprite there.
This is what I used to play this on the subway.
Oh.
Can I save and quit?
There was also a super chat from Mega X6. Thank you. Saying the PSP was a great handheld. I recently purchased Archer McLean's Mercury to play. I remember Mercury. I don't remember it having some name ascribed to it. I never played. Have you ever played Mercury?
Mm-mm. Now, is that different than Mercury Meltdown? Is it different than that?
Or maybe that's the sequel? I don't... was that... I feel like Mercury might have been a PSP launch game. Let me look into this.
How do I save and quit?
Video game. Archer McLean's Mercury. Yeah, how about that? That sure is the name of the game, isn't it? A 2005 puzzle platform video game developed by British company Awesome Studios. Awesome Studios. Like, can you imagine starting your game company and you call it Awesome Studios?
Where do you go from there? How do
Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, apparently you can go up from there because it does not even have a Wikipedia page. Oh man, Archer McLean died in 2022. A British video game programmer. That's sad. Let's see.
Maybe I gotta beat all these guys.
Wow, really? Is this only... Wikipedia only lists the PSP for it.
Huh.
It came out April 6, 2005. Is that when the PSP launched? Well, only like 2 weeks later. So yeah, it was a near launch game.
Ooh, I'm fighting Laguna.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was even in this. Do you have Archer McLean's Mercury on your PS TV here?
I doubt it.
I'm kind of curious. I didn't. I knew it was like a puzzle game of some kind, but I didn't know it was like a.
Your levity is reprehensible.
Your levity is reprehensible. That sounds like Kane, right? Sounds like something that Kane would say. Your levity is reprehensible.
Sounds like something Grimoire Vice would say.
Yeah. Retro Morgan is asking who we use for PVM service. And Steve, if we can, but he's not located very close to either of us. He's closer to
I
you
mean,
now than he is me.
Yeah, I mean, I can go to his house and get back home in one day. I have done
I
so.
need to hide the others away. Rest will have to
So
come later.
it's feasible. Who was asking that?
Retro Morgan.
Oh, I mean, Retro Morgan's closer to Steve
I will trust your word.
than I am.
Yeah.
Because back when I lived in Delaware, where Retro Morgan is, like I literally passed right by the town that Steve is in. Like every time me and my family like took trips between Delaware and North Carolina,
To take their
we
toll.
passed it
Golbez.
basically every time.
Fear,
Didn't know about Steve though.
I have
Steve didn't
not
live
come
there
to fight you.
at the time.
My purpose this day
Or
is
actually, maybe he
merely
did.
one
I
of observation,
always forget. Like,
to see how you fare.
actually, that might be where
against the
Steve is
endless
originally from.
horde you face.
Or it was either him or his wife. I can't remember. I can't remember if one of them was from Tennessee, one of them was from Virginia, and I can't remember which right now off the top of my head. But I would say Steve Retro Tech Steve
If chaos triumphs, this
should
place
be
will
relatively
destroyed.
accessible to you.
Steve Nutter.
What you seek to bring
Steve
about.
Nutter. The channel is just called Retro Tech.
Not of the world itself.
Just look up Retro Tech channel on YouTube.
What purpose is there?
It's a YouTube channel where there's basically nothing on it except about repairing CRTs.
Disappear. You know something.
And so he's in Virginia. So I mean, I would say within 3 to 4 hours from where you are. So probably actually very close to like the halfway point between Delaware and North Carolina, I'd say. So relatively accessible.
Look at that dithering.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't understand the hate people have for dithering. Like,
Oh, this feels great with like a dual analog control.
there's a texture to dithering that look at, I mean, this is like the Final Fantasy VIII world map.
Yeah.
Like, it looks kind of awesome, right?
Let's try some arcade mode. I'll just do a little arcade mode. Is it going to give me random characters? They could remake this, I think, and it would probably do all right. But I don't know. Like the way that certain things are set up in it makes it like accommodates it being a portable game. But I bet you they could do a Switch version that would do pretty well. I bet.
Yeah, I mean, they would probably like need to do some pretty extensive like remaking of all the assets and stuff, but and of course add like new characters.
Yeah.
Although not that there's actually been that many mainline Final Fantasies since this came out. They don't come around at the pace they used to, you know?
No. I'm going to be really interested to see how Expedition 33's success changes Square in regards to the series.
I would like to think that they would be willing to take that gamble, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, Final Fantasy is, always going to be an expensive game, and I think they've said like they're afraid that they think that like a turn-based game can't make the return on investment that is required of the budget that Final Fantasy has. But like, I don't know to what extent this would impact the budget, but I feel like almost certainly like a turn-based game is always going to be cheaper to make than like a full-on action game, right? Yeah. Like it has to be. Like there's no way that's not always cheaper. Like there's just so many less variables that you have to like test and like have like the character be able to like things the character has to be able to do while traversing the world. Like there's just so much less stuff that you have to like consider that could like break the game in a turn-based system. Like I'm not talking about like
where'd
break the
Kane's
game.
helmet go?
Oh yeah, look at that. He's like, it's after years, Kane.
Who are you watching?
Don't love it.
Dodge this. Who are you watching?
It's cool to see Lightning again, though. I feel like Lightning's design in 13 is a really good character design.
Yeah.
And her weapon is really cool too. Like it's a way
I
way
love
better
how, like-
version of the Gunblade. It's the Gunblade but not stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I love how it folds and like goes into that sheath that's just like hanging from her waist, like from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, the Gunblade is something that you know, like I always thought it was such a stupid idea, and it like looks so stupid. But I bet you a lot of people really like it.
I mean, a lot of I don't like Lightning. I don't have anything against Lightning. I like Lightning just fine.
The Gunblade is not stupid.
I mean,
It's kind of stupid.
But I like it. Like, there's nothing wrong with liking things that are stupid. Most things that are stupid I like. I mean, most things I like are stupid. You know, it's okay.
Who are you watching?
I don't know. I think they're all stupid. Or they're both stupid. Although, like, I think that Squalls looks better than Cypher's.
There was another super chat from Dad1153.
Who are you watching?
Thank you.
Very, very appropriate. He's been very active on Father stuff. Saying, how big are your PSP/Vita physical game libraries?
Decent sized. I mean, I have maybe like between 20 and 30 for PSP, and probably like around 20 for Vita.
Well, first of all, I have 3 UMD movies.
Oh, what? Yeah.
I mean, they're all my PSP and Vita stuff is right here, so I can literally count them right now.
Corrito, I agree. I feel like this would be a prime like Switch remake. I just want to see the characters.
47. I have 47 PSP games, and significantly fewer Vita games.
Yeah, I mean, I could. Oh, it's Gabran.
26 Vita games. Judge Gabranth.
Yeah. We got.
I mean, the PS4 game does have at least one character from FF14.
Right. So Shantota is from 11, right?
Shantota is from 11, and it's got
the Cloud of Darkness.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Jack Garland. I forgot that Jack Garland was in this.
I still haven't played Stranger
Me either.
I really want to. I honestly think I'm going to like it.
Yes, it's probably good.
I think I'm going to like Stranger of Paradise. I should put that on my list for next year.
Yeah. I should too.
You know what? I'm going to bring up my, because I think I've already written some ideas. Let's see. Games we played in 2025. I feel like I've already written some potential ideas.
Jack Garland.
Oh no, I haven't. Well, this is gonna be my first. This is gonna be my first idea. I'm not committing right now, but I'm I am marking as an idea for 2025 pledge games.
Oh, it's
Final
a Souls-like?
Fantasy
I didn't realize
Stranger
that.
of Paradise.
All right, let's go.
It is Souls-like, but like
yeah, it's playing Otherworld for this.
Oh,
this
great.
Tifa versus
Tifa versus Yuna.
yeah.
Not exactly what I would expect. Even though Yuna is from the Otherworld game. But yeah, that's right. Master Safer Dissidia on PS4 has Ishtola in it from Final Fantasy 14. I don't know if it has any other 14 characters in it, but I know Ishtola's in it. Which is a good pick, I'd say. If they were to add more 14 characters, I feel like Estinian would be a good pick, but probably too similar to Kane.
I like that the Yuna just attacks by the summons. Man, it makes
Aha.
sense.
I can't remember which characters were the ones that I liked playing as the best in this.
I feel like I like Cecil the most.
I feel like
Or maybe Titus was the one I really liked to play as. I'm gonna beat the game with Titus.
I feel like I liked Vaughn, but I don't like Vaughn.
Yeah.
But I feel like I liked playing as him. I honestly can't remember. I cannot remember which characters I don't know if like I booted the game, like if it would be easy to tell like who I mained or not. That like roar she did when it like was that your limit break or something?
It's just one of my attacks. Because I feel like there's like different attacks you hold different directions and you press square to do
Right.
certain moves.
I mean, it's a really good game. It's just hard to jump back into.
Yes.
I guess.
Especially when I haven't played it in 15 years.
Yeah. But it's a really good game. But that Dissidia NT probably killed it off.
Yeah. But I feel like something like this could be okay. Just seeing if there's any way to see like my records. Here we go. Okay, it looks like Titus was my favorite, it looks like.
Oh.
Yeah, I got him up to level 81, it looks like.
Hmm.
Alright, try. Wow, it's 10:50 already?
I see Junko with a $5 super chat. Thank you. Is saying you guys going to make a Switch retrospective part 2? Do you think we need to?
Yeah, I don't probably.
You just
not.
want another 2 hours of talking about? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we already talked about our favorite games.
Yeah.
I don't know. What more could we do?
Let's see what else I got here. What's some other PSP games that
I see Land of Obscusion shouting Ridge Racer. Remember that?
How could I forget?
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Ridge Racer. What about Hammer and Hero?
Oh yeah, I have that one.
I saw it. Yeah. Like I want that game, but it's pretty expensive. I don't know if it's actually particularly good or not. I wouldn't mind seeing it here.
Where did I play it?
I saw you. It was in PSP 01.
Yeah. I wish you could make the folders bigger. I mean, the interface on the Vita, it sucks.
Did I see a PSP version of Boku no Natsu Yasumi?
There's the second one. Yeah, I got it from the Japanese store.
It's an actual like native PSP version.
Yeah. It's like a portable, called Portable 2. We're gonna play it on artisan mode. I don't know what that means. Oh, look at this. This is
What?
this intro.
Whoa! It's
He smacks away injustice wherever he finds it.
wow. That's awesome.
It is awesome. He smacks away injustice wherever he finds it with this giant hammer.
Yeah, Andrew we were talking earlier about how adrenaline adds lag, and there's like a way now, I think it's relatively recent, to like inject PSP games that you didn't previously buy, like into a bubble on the I need to look into how to do it.
Yeah,
We both need to look in how to do it.
Yes.
How to do it. Because we don't. I really don't like using adrenaline. I mean, it is neat that it has like the PSP interface in there, but it can be problematic.
Oh, he just says, "Here we go." He doesn't say, "Let's get busy."
Oh yeah.
Oh, we got some screen tearing.
Oh. I wonder if it's that way on an actual PSP or if there's like some sort of weird, like, you know, like I don't know if like if it's possible that the way the way that sharp scale messes with like the frame buffer could cause that potentially.
I mean, I could turn it off and see. Because that is an option.
Let's find out.
Yeah, it's still there.
Well,
You have to look at some YouTube videos, probably.
it looks like they put a lot of effort. Whoa, there was like a camera turn there.
Yeah.
That's cool. It looks like they put a lot of effort into like, you know, ensuring there's like funny things going on in the background and stuff. Oh yeah, okay, this is pretty neat. Pretty neat. Yeah, adrenaline, like even playing something like just like Final Fantasy 1 is like I feel lag in that.
Throw this dude at me.
Whoa, that guy's huge!
He's got a house on his head.
What? He's just, oh my gosh. Wow.
Oh, I destroyed the house, then he killed me. Oh. Do I have...
Oh.
I was looking at the chat. Let's put it on. I can't.
Game over.
Makes me watch the whole intro again. Roscoe Kuroboko.
Do
What are you doing?
As you can see, I'm just convincing people to sell their homes here.
Kuromoku.
I don't have time to be playing with you, boy. The Kuromoku Company must set their sublime plan in motion.
A sublime plan?
Oh, apparently I've said too much. Minions. play
I
with
mean,
the camera
I'd
more.
never trust anybody
He's
with that
got energy
mustache.
to
Like
burn
the
off.
mustache hair is literally coming out of his nostrils. You just know that that person is just like up to no good. Yeah, the screen tearing is still there. I don't know if it's like that on real hardware
It must
or
be.
on the real
I'm sure.
system, but
I bet it is.
yeah.
But still, it looks like a pretty neat game. But it's expensive.
He screams every time he swings his hammer. He dropped 2 salmons. All right, let's find something else here. Okay, someone said Ridge Racer. Should I do the?
Yeah, play the PSP or Ridge Racer or Ridge Racers.
I have Ridge Racer 2, the Japanese one, on here.
Yeah, either one. I grabbed that.
I have Suikoden 1 and 2 on here. Oh, there's Mercury Meltdown is on here.
Oh, yeah, let's try that. I want to see that. I got the Japanese Ridge Racers 2 when I was in Germany. I was like looking out for the second game because it was released in Europe, but I came across the Japanese version when I was in Europe, and I'm like, well, that's fine. I'll get that one. I don't mind. I don't care if it's European or Japanese. I mean, it was cheap. It was like 12 euros or something. Oh, okay. Mercury Meltdown is the same type of game as Archer McLean's Mercury, but not the same game. Okay. There's one like, do you need Archer McLean's Mercury if you have Mercury Meltdown, or is one better than the other?
What am I doing here?
So Stan always turns right.
Oh, is this kind of like I gotta tilt the board?
Oh.
Can I get my pieces back here?
I like both, but prefer the graphics to the Archer McLean's. Yeah, this looks kind of like cartoony, I guess.
Fallout.
Fallout!
So it is. It's gotta be. It's similar to Monkey Ball.
I don't mind that.
Me either.
There was a 199 from Robert Hernandez saying, what size memory card do you have in your Vita? I had it, or I mean, I still have somewhere. Like, what was it? Was it 32 or 64 was like the biggest size and you had to import it from Japan?
64 was the biggest size. I had a 64. And and it died.
Yeah. They suck.
Yeah. They're really,
They
bad.
suck. And I've even had problems with like a 32. Like, I don't think it died like the 64, but like it was acting really wonky. Like, it was unreliable. Like last time I tried it anyway. So like I said early in the stream, like the PS or the Vita, I feel is like the only system where I basically consider it unplayable without hacking it. Because
what am I trying to? Oh, I gotta go back. All right.
I basically consider it unplayable because those memory cards are so unreliable. So you need to you need to make it so that you can use either those micro SD adapters that go in the Vita card slot or USB storage on the PS TV. Otherwise, I just don't think you can really trust the system.
Yeah, I have a 512 USB flash drive in my PS TV.
Yeah, I'm not sure how big the one I have is, but... So why are you doing the level again?
I don't know. Oh, go to next level. It's just weird that it does not automatically take you to the next level. It just...
So do you tilt the level with the analog stick? Or...
Yeah. It'd probably be harder with the little nub, I bet.
Yeah. I mean, this is actually a surprising game to see be a PSP game, just because not. You know, again, like I like it looks neat, but like I was saying earlier, I was kind of annoyed early on that so many PSP games were trying to be console games, and it's like the controller is just not really set up for this. Like, you know, just own up to it. Make a different kind of game. Which this is a simple game, but I don't know how well it would control on an original PSP. This game would be better with gyro, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, Super Monkey Ball on Wii was not amazing. I did beat it on Wii, but it's pretty fiddly.
All right.
But do you need to like make the gate is purple? Do you need to be purple?
I'm over it.
Too much thinking for 11 a.m. p.m.
Where's Ridge Racer, sir?
Ridge Racer. Let's finish on Ridge Racer. Ridge Racer is a good finisher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, I don't actually know. Can you use the gyro in either the PS3 or PS4 controller on
the TV?
On,
I have no idea.
PS TV? Yeah, I don't know either. But that wouldn't matter for Mercury because that's a PSP game. No gyro.
There's actually an upgrade you can get for the 3G model Vita that replaces the 3G modem card with a micro SD card slot.
Oh,
sounds
that's
like
neat.
It could be a lot of work.
Yeah, but I mean, I bet those 3G models are rare because, like, who even bought that model?
Isn't that? Did we get the Wi-Fi one or we get the 3G?
We got. I mean, you had an option.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I can't imagine I would have bought the 3G version.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even sure if I had a smartphone when the. I might have not had a smartphone when the Vita came out. When did it come? When did it come out?
The 2012.
It was. Let's see.
Proceed with above choices.
PlayStation Vita. Early 2012. I don't think I got a smartphone until later that year. I don't think I got a smartphone until later that year. So yeah, it was just like a completely foreign concept to me. Like I didn't have that kind of I didn't have that kind of mobile plan, you know? Like I did not have internet on my phone. I had call and text.
2, 1, go!
Yeah, well, most people didn't.
Wow,
which I think is kind of interesting.
This is what I wanted to see.
I see Keegan64 saying, "Hey all, have you ever considered incorporating HD Fury Vroom in your setup? Looking to see if Vroom can help with some HDMI matrix relay configurations now. I have a PS5 Series X and Switch 2. I don't know all the details of what they can do, but there are caveats to like unless they've released a new model like much more recently, like in the past year or so. Like the last time I looked into it was probably a year ago ish, give or take. And they don't support like, you know, the full HDMI 2.1 feature set. Like you couldn't, if you were hoping to use it to like pass through like 4K 120 with VRR to your TV, while then like down converting that to like 4K 60 for a capture card, like that's like that's what it almost looks like it would do, like the high end one. That's what it looks like. That's what it sounds like it would do. But that's not what it does. I actually even joined. I actually joined the HD Fury like support Discord just to ask that question. And like the support guy that answered, I mean, he just very honestly said, no, like my use case, that would not work. And then he said, are you Try from My Life in Gaming?
Really? That's
yeah.
So this is cool. Like, I bought the PS4 and PS5 version of this, but it's almost just like a portable Ridge Racer 7. It feels much closer to Ridge Racer 7, just in the way that it has, like,
yeah, in terms of how it controls, yes. But this, remember, I don't know about this game, but the first PSP game came out before Ridge Racer 7. The first PSP game, I think, was the first one that like introduced the drifting system that was then used in 7, which I assume was also used in 6, because looking for 6.
This is you tap the brake.
You tap the brake or like double tap the gas. Either one gets you into a drift. It's much easier to drift in these, which I generally enjoy just because it's easier to pick up and play.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy learning to do the more technical drifting in Ridge Racer 4 with the Magicon. And they also had the nitrous system, which, you know, builds up with drifting.
Yeah. Is it like that in the first one or just in 2?
Yeah. Yeah. I think, I mean, the first PSP game is like, you know, the beginning of quote unquote modern Ridge Racer, which isn't really a thing, but you know, if you like kind of separate them in like the easy drift with nitrous and the no drift or the hard drift with no nitrous eras, like the first game on PSP is the first of the new era. Like, I think this game is basically, if I'm not mistaken, I've not really done much with the second game, but I think it's just kind of like a more complete version of the first PSP Ridge Racer.
Okay.
Yeah. I think, like, if I'm not mistaken, like, basically all the content from the first game is supposed to be here. Similar to how people say there's no reason to get the first Dissidia if you have Duo Destiny.
Right. I got first, like, right.
Woohoo!
Because I have the first one physically.
Same. And I have the Japanese too.
Yeah.
Today's race is taking place here at Crimson Rock Pass.
Crimson Rock Pass.
The race is about to begin.
Yeah, Kikian says, I want to see if 4K 120 in one input and then another 4K 60. Yeah, I mean, I would recommend, like, if you go to their website, they're like, join our support Discord or whatever. I mean, the guy there was very honest and gave me very straightforward information. So, you know, if you want to ask that question, and maybe there's a new answer to that, but I am not aware of any new products having. I mean, I don't like keep close tabs on it because, to be honest, I've kind of had my own solution. I mean, what I'm doing right now to essentially do the same thing is I bought the AverMedia Live Gamer 4K 2.1, which we were just chatting about this with our friend Max from the Max Frequency podcast that we joined him to record the other day. The AverMedia Live Gamer 4K 2.1. You need a really, really good USB-C port.
There are internal versions of it now.
Right, but that can be its own can of worms because you gotta pay real close attention to whether your motherboard, has like lower bandwidth for PCIe ports depending on what you're using. So that can be a can of worms all of its own. And unfortunately, as far as I know, the PCIe version doesn't have like any real advantages. Like it doesn't it doesn't have a RGB-444 throughput for for 4K 60. So anyway, but for 1080,
but the Live Gamer 4K does, which is
correct. Which is exactly why I still have two of those.
Yeah,
and have them installed in both of my main computers. Because yes, if I for most people that's not like an important use case, but the only reason I do that is if I need to like zoom in on like something like that requires really fine detail, like a Retrode 4K CRT mask or something like that. Like if I'm zooming in on that, like I need that detail. That's like the only real reason I need that. Like if you're like mostly talking about just casual recordings of modern games, you're not like doing super zoom in comparisons or anything, you don't really need to worry about that. The compressed formats on the 4K 2.1 will be fine. The chroma subsample, I shouldn't really say compressed because I don't mean like video compression, but like chroma subsample formats. So I really recommend. I mean the USB-C Live Gamer Ultra 4K 2.1, whatever it is, 4K 2.1 AverMedia. That is my main capture card. Like I use it for the vast majority of what I do. But on my previous computer I used for recording, it was not fast enough for it over its USB-C port. So I actually had to buy a PCIe like 3.1 Gen 2 card to get that kind of bandwidth on that computer. And then the motherboard I bought for my new computer that I built last year for recording and streaming downstairs, that one has good enough USB-C ports for it. The other caveat with that card is that you can't actually record HD. Well, actually, okay. So I actually just learned the other day that at some point, it must have been not too long ago, they did add a update that you can actually record up to 4K 144 now through that card, but you have to use like their own software.
Yeah,
we can't do it in OBS.
Yeah, and I always felt like their Rec Central app is like always feels really heavy. And
I don't think it's Rec Central though. It said, I haven't actually tried it, but it listed some other app.
Huh.
So I don't know if it's something new. So I'm going to look into that pretty soon. I'm going to look into that. I don't know. I'm like almost reluctant to mess with it because I'm like working on this Switch 2 stuff right now, and I don't want to like mess with my workflow for that. So I might like do this after I'm done with this Switch 2 video stuff. But yeah. So basically, what it lets me do is it lets me play 4K 120 VRR on any console that supports it, while recording it is up to 4K 60. which is totally fine. Like like for instance, when I play God of War Ragnarok, I use the unlocked frame rate mode, which it's averages like 90 frames per second most of the time. Recording that as 60 frames per second there's definitely going to be like some unsmoothness with the camera turns. But like for the context of just like the games we played in 2024 or whatever, like that's fine. Like I want good quality, but it doesn't have to be like ultra the best for the games we play. Like it's not an RGB, If there's some, like if I was recording for an RGB video, I would probably make sure that it was like a consistent 30 FPS or 60 FPS mode for YouTube presentation to look the smoothest. Like I'm playing Cyberpunk right now on the Switch 2 in the 40 FPS mode, which drops frames as it is, but it's certainly, smooth enough of the time for me to feel like the 40 FPS mode is worth it. And that's not going to look perfect recorded at 60 FPS, but it's fine. It's for inclusion in the games we played.
Right.
Like it's fine. I might not even be opposed to including that in that kind of footage in like one of these Switch 2, this Switch 2 video that we're playing. So, it just depends on the context. Like if it depends on if I'm trying to make it like a particular point and the juddering is like going to be a distraction from the point I'm trying to make, then I might just like be like, okay, I will, switch to quality mode and record some footage in 30 FPS so that it doesn't judder as it might if I record 40 FPS at 60. Although I've looked at the footage, I don't think it's that bad looking actually. Like
and people probably wouldn't even notice it unless you like.
But especially when it's like a moment where it's like running pretty smoothly at 40 FPS in Cyberpunk. Like I've looked at my footage, it's recorded at 60 FPS, and it doesn't look that bad. It really doesn't.
I heard that they are coming out with another patch for the game, just on on PC and on like consoles. And it's like they said that they were not releasing any more patches for it, and now they're doing another one. So it'd be interesting.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody knows what's in it yet.
Yeah, like I wonder if like they could potentially consider adding gyro to PS5. That would be interesting. There's like a whole section, like when you first boot the game, it like introduces like, here's all the special things you can do in this version of the game. Mouse controls, the gyro controls, there's also like if you really want to, like you can do some motion type things for like reloading and melee stuff if you really want to. I didn't even do the tutorial for it because I'm like, no, I'm just good. I'm good with gyro on the Pro controller. But
no, thank you.
Yeah.
But thanks for doing that.
But anyway, like it's interesting though because when you boot the game and you're like on the screen for like loading your like save, like there's like an icon that's like you like do like I don't know, left stick or right stick click. It's like says console features. So it just calls it console features. So I wonder if
it makes you wonder if that is coming for it then.
Right, like they don't say features for your console or Switch 2 features, it just says console features. So like it makes me wonder, I mean, I wouldn't think that there's any particularly unique features to the PS5 or Xbox Series version, but like I wonder if they have that same icon on their load screen or not. But like there's like a whole thing where you can like bring up like 3 pages where they tell you about like the Switch 2 exclusive features. So it does make you wonder. But I've been very happy playing it on Switch 2. Like it's been, I think it's a good way for me to finally experience the game because for one, I love gyro controls, and so that makes it, arguably the best place for me personally to play. But also, like it's a fun game to play, like kind of in the moment of like the hype around the release of the new system, because like I've been playing for like 12 hours and I'm still like, I can't believe I'm playing this on a system that's like you know, what, like half an inch thick? You know, like it's like I mean, even though I'm playing it docked mostly, but like it's neat. Like it's like I'm playing this on a Nintendo system, and this game looks nothing like anything. It's like in a lot of ways it feels like a bigger generational jump, like playing a game like that's so far removed from anything you would see on Switch 1. Like the generational jump feels bigger in a way playing a game like that, going from Switch 1 to Switch 2 than it felt going from PS4 to PS5.
Is there another? How many?
Even though, you know, I thought Dark Souls Remake looked really good on PS5 day one, but you know, there was, you know, still not the same kind of spectacle. I feel like
I got a new car ready to roll.
Oh man,
it's the Ordyne 3.
I mean, these reflections look great.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly says Street Fighter 6 looks surprisingly great on Switch too. So I downloaded the demo for that, and it does look good. And I was surprised. I'll wait for the Digital Foundry coverage because I'm sure, like, first of all, I don't know that much about the game. I mean, I can barely play Street Fighter as it is. But I was surprised it boots up in 120 hertz mode. And I don't know why. Like, I mean, it's definitely not like, you know, playing at 120 FPS or anything. Revo says, doesn't Street Fighter 6 on Switch 2 have a quality advantage over even Series S? I mean, Digital Foundry was saying, like, based on what they'd looked at already, they haven't done like a full video, but apparently it has like better texture quality than Series S in places, and I believe also better image quality. You know what's funny though? I downloaded or not downloaded. Well, I guess kind of downloaded. I mean, I have
I bet I have my childhood saves on here, or not even childhood, but teenage saves.
Oh no! Don't tell me that drop was finally the one to do my mouse in. Whew. Okay. I've had these Logitech trackballs die after a fall. I mean, they fall all the time. Well, I've had it where like it fell one time too many, and I had to go buy a new.
Oh, that's
one.
right. You used it on it's on the arm of your chair, right?
It's on the arm of my chair. It falls, you know, probably once or twice a week. Oh. Yes, my Game Ball thumb did come yesterday. Oh, this is scaled way too much. That's kind of funny. I got yesterday. I played some Cyberpunk with it, you know, just using it's nice because it's got like a button that cycles through various DPI settings. So like if you want it to be more sensitive, like it on like one of like the more middle to higher sensitivity settings, it would actually be pretty viable to play it for aiming, but I prefer gyro. So I'm doing that, but I'm using it to control the menus, which is nice. So yeah, I think I'm going to be really happy using that for. It's also kind of neat. It's got like this. Oh yeah. Like I didn't know about this. It's got this like rocker thing that like snaps between like more of like a straight on position and then more of a like hold your hand like kind of at a side angle position, like for comfort. It's kind of neat. And the mouse wheel feels really good on it.
Right.
Oh, Potbelly Punch says, I assume you're talking about Street Fighter 6. It's a bug in system software. If you turn off 120 hertz, they will output 4K. Well, I mean, it sounds to me like a bug with the game, no? Because other games don't output 120 hertz. Like Mario Kart doesn't output 120 hertz. I've left 120 hertz on, and it only triggers when it should. Like in Welcome Tour, for instance, it only triggers when you do the frame rate minigame. And Mario Kart doesn't trigger it. Of the games I own, it only triggers with the frame rate minigame and Welcome Tour and Cyberpunk for the 40 FPS mode.
Oh, you know what I think this is doing? I think it's because of the setting of the tink. That's what's going on here.
I do also like to eat gyros or gyros, Zane's dad. There was a $1.99 super chat from Robert Hernandez. Thank you. Following up after that, Vita memory card question saying, have you run your Switch 2 through the Retrode 4K yet? Yes. I mean, you know, I'm going to talk about this in the Switch 2 video, but you know, I think it's pretty straightforward. I think it's you know, if something was, if it was useful for something and on Switch 1, it's going to be useful for the same thing on Switch 2. I don't really see it as being likely useful for too many, if any, Switch 2 games. I mean, it'll be useful for, well, it'll definitely be useful for like retro remasters and stuff like that. I mean, you know, you can pre-scale stuff like that, but like if you want to just like kind of smooth over the look of some rougher Switch 1 games, sure. There's you know, just output 1080p 60 to it, so it'll work. And yeah, so I don't think it's a very complicated question, personally. You know, if there were things you like to do, like I played all of or most of the Thousand Year Door remake with I kind of made like an effect that kind of made it feel like an HD CRT, which it wasn't like a dramatic improvement, but it somewhat smoothed over some of the rougher looking stuff. Wonder if Nintendo's trying to bypass an HDMI license? No way. No way. I mean, they're shipping it with an HDMI cable. And in fact, they use HDMI in Welcome Tour.
Yeah, and it's also actually, like the HDMI cable came in a bag that has like the little certified hologram thing on it.
Yeah, and if I believe it's a pretty good cable. I mean, it should be 4K 120 capable from what I've heard. Even though the system can't do that. But like in Welcome Tour, like I haven't fully explored the dock area yet. That's like where I'm up to in Welcome Tour. But like they have like the you know, the engraved all of the engraved text on the back of the dock there. Like it's got all of like the logos and licenses and all that's actually like physically written on. It's all there. So they're definitely not trying to get around HDMI license. Like that, Nintendo is way too big to do that. Like that is way below Nintendo. Like they could absolutely not get away with that. So it looks like when you play this with sharp scale, it's like dynamically switching between like menu resolution and game resolution.
You can change it to be like to do pixel or just a generic 4:3.
I see.
But with pixel, it changes based on like what it is. You know, like it's just funny to see it change. Yeah, but yes, this is my 1997 save file here. With my golden chocobo. Alright. It's 11:30. It's about time. I just thought it'd be fun.
I see Jim Bob saying, I know it was an issue with their audio codecs with the original Switch, at least. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but so I've had a weird issue that I also have with the Xbox Series X, where the HDMI switcher that I have, I've got this HDMI switcher that I have PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X, and Switch 2 all directly connected to. And then the fourth port is like everything else fed into that port for capture reasons. Well, there was like kind of a lag, unless it was just the stream.
I think
like,
it's because of the flash drive that's in it. I don't know.
Well, I wonder if it's kind of a situation like the Wii U, where like the USB port just can't provide enough power to it.
Well, what I'm thinking about now is now that micro SDs are so much more affordable than that.
Just
I would
get a
probably
fast one.
Yeah. I mean, I probably already have a fast one that I could just copy everything over to and just put that into the pressure slot. I may actually already have it in there. I should see. I just wanted to use nice around.
But anyway, the problem I'm having, I thought I fixed it, but then I'm still running into it. Like every time I use the Series X or the Switch 2, like the next time I try to do something, like, after I, turn everything off and then come back, no matter what I try to do, what I'm doing next, like the audio doesn't work until I like unplug and plug that switcher back in.
Right.
It doesn't do it with the PS5 or anything else I've used with it. Just the Series X and Switch 2. So I might have to get another switcher, which is a shame because it's actually otherwise a good switcher. Like it's been very reliable. It was actually a little bit expensive because I was very, at the time I was, and maybe still am, I have yet to, I'm not fully ready to trust like the weird name brands on Amazon with HDMI 2.1 yet. I don't know if I'm ready for it. Although, admittedly, I am using like EasyCoo and Roofle for splitters, so
I have
maybe they do work.
Like the EasyCoo stuff I've been using for everything, and I like them.
Yeah, I hear that there's like HDMI 2.1 of video links now.
Yeah.
I was talking to Zane's dad and Shinjan about that, I think, and because like I feel like the EasyCoo splitters get really hot. Zane's dad said the video links did not seem hot. But anyway, like I don't know, like I'm always like a little slightly afraid of brands like that. Like especially after like John had like a whole receiver die because of like an old bad HDMI splitter.
Right, but I think that the difference is though is that they're all like, at least what I do, I power mine all through USB, and I feel like that's like less likely to happen than having like a full-on power supply.
I don't know. I don't know if that actually makes it. I mean, but regardless, like the fact of the matter is, you basically can't avoid brands like that for switchers and splitters. Like your Sonys and your Panasonics and your Philips and Samsungs and whatever. Like they just don't make HDMI switchers and splitters. Like they just don't. And if they do, they're like 3 times as expensive as they should be.
Yeah.
Like I have a Denon one that's like way more expensive than it should be, but like I bought it at the time because I'm like I do not think these are going to work with HDMI 2.1 because it's Mr. Chupon.
I know, but it's not like Typhon or Typhoon.
Yeah.
I like it. It says Typhoon.
Yeah. But anyway, but yeah, so I might need to replace that switcher because that's being a big pain in the butt. Especially now. I mean, I don't use the Xbox as often as the PS5. So, it wasn't that big of a problem before. And it took me a while to figure out even what it was that was the Xbox that did it. Like, I just thought it was random, or I thought it was like switching back and forth between too many sources or something. But no, like, it's definitely the PS5 or the Xbox and the Switch 2. But anyway, but I did, and see, I don't know if there's another switcher with like EDID switches like this. I did get it with EDID toggles on that. I did get the Switch 2 to actually output 1440p 120, which is nice. Because it was doing like the EDID set to just like TV copy, it was doing 1080p 120, even though, you know.
But when you force it to something else, and it will do it.
When I force it to something else, it makes it so that, well, if I directly connect the Switch 2 to the TV, it does 1440p 120. But what it wasn't like,
it's got to be something with the receiver
route.
then. It's like is
probably the receiver, but since the switcher is first, the switcher is before the receiver. So it's doing 1440p now, which doesn't really matter for like Cyberpunk, because like my understanding is that it, you know, its output is essentially 1080p anyway. So doesn't really matter, but it's nice to have that working at least. Kind of. So I was fiddling again with the. Remember when I did the first M Classic video? I kind of accidentally discovered, like, while producing that video, that like, whoa, hey, like sharpness control on my C1 is actually not bad. Right. Like, it doesn't do the ringing artifacts unless you like do a really high level. Mm-hmm. And I believe on at least 2020 models onward, like the sharpness is actually like a useful tool on like at least 2020 onwards. I'm not sure if maybe I know it's not good on the 2017 OLEDs. I don't know about 2018, 2019, but at least 2000 onwards. LG OLED models. Sharpness, as long as you don't push it too high, actually, like especially for like a 1080p source, like any sub-native source, like you can really smooth over like kind of some of the jaggedness of things like you might see with the 1080p Switch 2 menu, for instance. And I found I was kind of experimenting with it again, and like sharpness 8 feels like the sweet spot. And for me, like especially for like 1080p and 1440p, sharpness 8 looks really good. And it's good for 4K as well. Like if it's something like the Switch 2 menu that's like 1080p in a 4K container, it doesn't smooth over that quite as well, but I don't want to push it any higher because it seems to share the sharpness setting between resolutions. So I don't want to push it any higher because I feel like that would start to make 4K stuff look not like I want it. But for 1080p and 1440p, sharpness 8 on the C1 looks excellent. No ringing artifacts. It just makes stuff look better.
Let me just get up to the golden saucer, and then
Avocado Toast says at least go for 1 a.m. Corey. Try's wide awake. He's geeking out right now. We enjoy listening to him, so don't shut it down.
I'm gonna shut it down.
Yeah, Corey has to travel a little bit tomorrow.
I gotta travel for the next 3 days. I gotta go to Akron, Ohio.
But I think image quality is going to be so much better in general on Switch 2 that you don't really need to worry that much about running it through the RetroTink 4K for new stuff. But for Switch 1 stuff, like or actual retro games on Switch 2, there could absolutely be reasons to do it, you know.
Yeah, the slowdown that I'm seeing this makes me want to. I have a 512.
Can you just copy everything over and it'll
I should
work?
Be able to,
or
yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll work. So
that's not gonna like.
I don't know.
Not be connected in some way.
There's probably a way to do it, and I just need to figure it out. I mean, I'm assuming that you just need to change one setting to say where your games are located at. I can just copy the the contents over. As long as I just do it straight over with making sure I get all the hidden files and directories and stuff, it should work fine.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, that'll do it. Thanks to everybody who donated, and thanks for hanging out. I just got to go up for work. I'm going to be fairly busy the entire time. Then I go up to Akron for a show on Tuesday, and then I got to go to Columbus for Wednesday, and then home. And that's it. I hope everyone has a good week, and we'll see you soon. Good night.
Good night.